Shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
G'day, folks. Welcome along to Optus Stadium. Great to have your company, and we are pumped about this game. Sydney have travelled all the way over to the west to take on the Fremantle Dockers. Both these teams in desperate need of victory this afternoon. Lockie reading commentary alongside Tommy Atkinson, Xavier Ellis and Andrew Embley, our experts. We'll chat to them in a moment. Mark Committee is on the Red Z lending stats, and we've got a debutante this afternoon. Caitlin Bassett. Will check in with her down on the boundary very, very soon. There's Triple M footy prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in the air. X-Man, welcome to you. Great to have you here. I'm very excited about this game.
Oh, so am I, Lock, and 33 degrees as we speak. So it's as hot as the desert out here. It'll obviously favour Fremantle, who are well conditioned to this temperature, but quarter time and three-quarter time have been extended. It's going to be a great game. We turn up over here every now and then, and we get fed a brilliant game, and sometimes we sit through absolute nonsense. But excited, Sydney, they need to get on the scoreboard, and Fremantle were dismal last week.
Well, the Swans will be inspired by this man. Andrew Embley had lunch with Dean Cox, I'm sure, over the last 48 hours. You would have given some inspirational messages to hand on to his team.
Well, I was actually just keen to eat my lunch, but he had his lunch and my lunch. He's a big boy, Dean, and he enjoys his food. What's that?
Is he still thirsty?
Well, no, he didn't actually drink. He was on the waters, which was very good, very focused.
Yes,
and for someone that is zipping too, he was very relaxed. So have had Hawthorn and Brisbane in their first two games. This is a big one, though. If you are zipping 3 to start the season, geez, your finals chance is starting to look quite thin.
Hasn't happened since 2017 for Sydney. So Coxie will be liking the look of their team this afternoon. If they get a win, they can get themselves back on track. Tommy Atkinson.
Hi, Locke. James Jordan has taken some scalps so far this year. He's gone straight to Caleb Sarong in the middle of the ground.
Lockie Neal to 10 touches last week, and of course Lockie enjoyed not playing on James Jordan today. He certainly found it for Brisbane against the Eagles.
Right, from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy in the middle. Jackson against Grundy. There's Sarong. Won the clearance to O'Meara. Now to Jackson, rocking by himself this afternoon. Luke Jackson inside 50. Swans get the turnover, and Rampy can clear the footy.
He does, up towards the wing. Tackle form, though, can take the mark. Chapman getting a chance to play straight away in this game. He gets a free kick for Freo. Spreads it out wide. Brayshaw will grab it.
Let him run.
Head's bandaged up already. Brayshaw, he kicks inside, attacking 50 through the hands of several players. Ross is hovering. He gathers it. Hand passes to Amos, caught in a tackle by Rampy. Will ball it up tight to the boundary, about 15 metres around. No score on the board, 40 seconds gone in this big first term at Optus Stadium.
So it's a ball up. Grundy and Jackson down to Heaney. Just squeezes the left foot dribbler. Outside defensive 50. Amadi gets his hands free. He gives it off. And the Swans at half back. Campbell just spears one. Up to the big man up there, McLean. He couldn't gather. Now he does by hand. Goes back. Here's Papley. Just snaps it over the corner. That was nice. And finds Amadi at half forward.
Amadi has it still too far out the score. He'll kick to the middle of the ground. It was adventurous, but it'll come off Hamling. Up against his old team. Hands it off, and Swans can go forward. This is Jordan inside 50. The mark's been taken. Rowbottom, I think it is. On the leads. No, it's Hayward. Hayward's taken it. So Hayward on the lead takes a nice one. He's only 20 metres out on an angle, though. He's a talented man.
I tell you what, Amadi taking that switch across. That was a 50-metre long switch, but the icing on top of the cake was the ability to get James Jordan involved too. He ran off Sarong. Sarong couldn't keep up, and Hayward coming out of full forward. Signed that big deal end of last year. Has started this season quite slowly, so this will be a good start to his game.
Told to move it on. As X-Man said, it'd be a great start to the game for Sydney, the visitors. Took a long time after 6 seconds, but he's missed it to the right-hand side. So a minor score for Sydney there, just one behind for Bob Jane Teamarts. Bob Jane Teamarts buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T&Cs apply. Welcome to you, Caitlin Bassett. Great to have you on board.
Thanks for having me on the sideline, boys. Look, the crowd's looking a little bit thin already this morning because the trains on the Mandurah line have actually been cancelled between Perth and Coburn Central. So fans are forced to bus it down to Optus Stadium, expect them to fill out through this quarter.
Thank you, Caitlin. Nice introduction. Now the Dockers have moved the ball forward nice and quick. And big Pat Voss has marked at 50 out.
Well, big Pat Voss need to move that ball much quicker. Jai Miss, who also has had the greatest start this season, had 15 metres on his play leading out of the goal square, and Voss cut the ball under his arm and has gone back. He's got to kick this from 55 now because he's going to be a missed opportunity otherwise.
One of the happiest mans in footy, Pat Voss, gets excited when he kicks a big one. Leads back from 50 and he's changed it to the left-hand side. I was just going to say, like, the crowd was disappointing, so...
I thought it was a Coldplay concert.
I think we'll get to that later. And the Dockers get their first score, one behind each.
The kick out's a good one. Out towards the wing. McCartan's taking the mark. He's down back to start this game. Kicks it along the line. Pressure will come from behind for Clark. Did well. Brought it to ground. Campbell got first hands to it. Was tapped out of his hands and over the line and out of bounds. He'll throw it back into play. Just one behind Fremantle. Same score for the Swans. Nearly 4 minutes have ticked over in this first term. Jackson will have to come from behind the tap. Down to Warner, though. Might be teammates next year, but anyway, we'll talk about that later on as Sydney have it, standing on the wing position.
Here's Lloyd, and Lloyd kicks inside 50, one-on-one. Pearce is shoved off by McLean, then gives it off. Here's Papley on the left, spears towards goal, and pulls it across the face. 3 from one behind, 2 points for the Swans, 1 point for the Dockers. Triple M Titanium Caravan's scoreboard. Of course, Shea Bolton making his debut for the Dockers.
Absolutely, and I saw, of course, Sonny Walters. We were in banked up traffic. Sonny had to jump out of the car on the bridge and run over, and I yelled out the window what he was doing, but he was running late to Bolton's jumper presentation he was meant to be doing.
He was meant to be doing it. Hopefully didn't do his hammy. Well, he had a fair limp going on there, Ember, so a bit of concern for him. Still 2 to 4 weeks away as O'Meara has the ball stolen out of his hands in the middle of the ground. Not 15, said the umpire. This is Wicks who gather it, goes back by hands. Caught in a good tackle was Jordan, and he's holding the ball. Fremantle coming to play early. Good tackle there by Luke Jackson in game 100. Tried to fend off Jordan, and he wrapped him up. It was a good message there from Fremantle.
Super looking after Embers this afternoon, making hard work pay off, and Frederick has it tight to the boundary at right half forwards.
Gets it from Wagner. Takes his time, Freddie. Kicks inside 50. It's all Swans though. Oh, Blakey should have marked that. Dropped it. Turnover. Ends up here with Bolton on debut. It's going to fall short though on the snap and punch across one behind. So level scores, 2 points each. 5 gone in the first term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-grid and off-grid for longer. The luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au. There we go. Zabe, I want you to explain to me what's happened with Coldplay. What are they doing with this chant today?
No, well, I thought it was pre-game, but we might have missed it. But
no, it wasn't in the end. I thought it was pre-game when Alex Pearce was getting him into the huddle, but they went with
you've overthought it, mate. You can't plan it. Your body just takes over.
Right.
Sydney out the back here.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant footy here. The kick is a long one. McLean will run onto it. Inside 50 he goes, kicks towards goal, and he's missed to the right-hand side. That would have been a sensational coast-to-coast goal for the Swans, but not to be. 3 behinds now, Sydney. 2 behinds the Fremantle Dockers. 6 minutes gone for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy.
Dangerous kick to a 2-on-1. Pearce did well over the back. Ends up with Sharp by hand to Pearce. Oh, he just danced around Florent. Shows a bit of toe. And this is Sharp on the outside. Had no one to go to. Tries a cutting board. Dangerous ball. It's all right there. It's turned over. Turned out okay. They run through the middle of the ground. Dangerous handball. Johnson couldn't pick it up. Going in hard was Brayshaw. Goes back to Johnson. Now to Chapman. Got Frederick on. Ignores that and goes shorter. And finds Sarong 50 metres out from goal.
He does have it. Too far for the little man, but that kick is just a little firm. It bounces and over the line it goes in front of Murphy Reid, that is, the star of last week. He'll throw it back into play.
You'd be disappointed with that, Caleb Sarong. He had Murphy Reid, just a really easy hit up, and Murphy Reid, we saw what he did last week, 4 goals, incredible 8 minutes of football. Would have been nice for him to go back and kick his first in front of his crowd.
Heaney gathers, gets the hand pass away when he was under pressure. O'Driscoll there for Fremantle, still inside attacking 50 for the Dockers. Frederick caught in a good tackle, brought to ground. Erasmus gives it up, ball tumbles away towards the boundary line. Trying to keep it in play was O'Meara. It was pretty good last week with 31 disposals and a pretty poor team performance. Now with Wicks for Sydney, caught in the tackle, tried to get rid of it. Umpire said that was okay. Cox went without it, then goes back to shovel one out towards O'Driscoll to Clark. Fremantle may be out of trouble, but maybe not. Caught in a tackle was Chapman. Now O'Driscoll continuing to hand pass the Dockers. Good pressure from Sydney. Left half forward. They're a chance here as we ball it up again. They lead by 1, the Swans, early in this game.
So the Freo fans are going to be asked to sing a Coldplay song with the Go Freo chant.
Yep.
We thought it was once. I've just been told it's after every goal.
No.
Don't blame me.
Okay.
Swans at 50. Sarong, though, turns it over. Goes back to Chapman. He wants Brayshaw. Almost a free kick, front on contact. The crowd wanted it. Umpire says play on. O'Driscoll by hand to O'Meara. Just shovels one to Banfield. He can go to Erasmus. Now to Brayshaw. Bandage head and all. Free kick, advantage paid. Brayshaw inside 50. Wants his man over the back. Tracy gets it. And Tracy goes. Here we go. Bit of Coldplay. The big question is, are the fans going to do anything?
Freo.
That was good. You just kept here. Caught up. Hey, good pick up down here, Jen. Robbie, Jamie, just mindful when you are.
Yeah, tell you what, if they kick 30 goals, it's going to get pretty tight. The Dockers 1-2-8. The Swans
What about the royalties for Coldplay? They're sitting back going, no, more cash into the bank. Thanks very much.
What royalties are they getting for this? Not much, I don't reckon. Sydney's pressure been really good, but that particular time on this wing, just their ability, Fremantle, to be able to use their hands really quickly in a tight situation, and then they're out, and it's a good penetrating kick from Brayshaw, got out the back, and Tracy with a nice easy one to go back and kick Fremantle's first.
End-to-end stuff at the moment. 6-4, the inside 50s in favour of Freo. Finally finding the big sticks on the Triple M Red Z Lending stats.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed. RED.ZED.com as Fremantle have it in defence. Ryan will bring it out towards the wing. Frederick read it best. Launched himself at it and took the mark. He's had a lively start. Freddie, he'll chip it over the top to O'Driscoll. They need him to fire up and run and carry, and he does on this occasion. The kick was a bit of a wobbler. Inside 50 it goes. And Pete Amos to the boundary line will throw it in about 10 metres around from Fremantle's goal. It's 1-2-8. It's the Dockers score. And the Swans just 3 behinds, 10 gone in this first term.
Choice Hotels around the grounds wins to Brisbane and North Melbourne. And Jack Darling's 300th game earlier. Boundary throw in, 20 metres out from goal. Jackson and Grundy, Sarong just pushed through but shoved off the footy by Jordan. The Swans clear up towards defensive 50. It bounces away from Laddams, taken by O'Driscoll. He's slung off the footy. Erasmus tries to just barrage his way through. Laddams, though, does the roving. Gives it to Warner of the Chad variety. He squeezes one, and Campbell takes a strong mark in front of Walker.
They need this young lad to find the footy 20 times a game. He's a beautiful kick. Can go missing when he's in that half-forward role.
So told to play on. He kicks it along the line. It was a low kick. Not a bad one in the end, but through the hands, though, of Hayward. Pearce is there for the Dockers. Just splits the gap nicely to Frederick. To the run of Ryan. Now to O'Driscoll. He's got to beat 3. Runs around and then wobbles another kick. The kicking not so good from O'Driscoll. Brayshaw makes it look okay. Sarong kicks inside, attacking 50, falling over Amos. Gets up again. Rampy's on his toe. Amos's hand pass straight to Blakey. And his short pass will be okay. It'll just bounce in front for Sydney to quickly kick it away, although Cox might read this best. And he takes it in front of McLean. So Cox on the wing will take the mark. 11 laps in China. Piastri leading, but only just. Stay on the track, young fella.
Goes short to Johnson. He was good last week. Kicks inside 50, punched away. Banfield gathers, gives it off to Sharp. Oh, missed the ball with his boot. And Swans can turn it over. Good pressure down back. And tackled Heaney, shovels one out. Ends up back though with Freo. Can Tracy kick 2 in 2 minutes? A couple for the big kahuna. 2-2-14 to 3 behinds. The Dockers lead the way. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Tell you what, Embers, if I was your old mate Coxie, I'd be getting pretty nervous because that ball, every time they go forward, they got Big Laddams, they got Hayden McLean, they got Amadi.
Yeah.
Now, that's not pressure, and every time they've gone forward so far, it's been handball by Fremantle. They've been able to get themselves out of trouble because of the big fellas who just labour. And on that occasion, Fremantle raced the ball forward. It was a bit of a scrap. Sharp had one chance, got absolutely shit mixed, and then got it back and gave it to Big Tracy.
From Bob Jones teammate, Seabass, Caitlin Bassett on the boundary.
Well, I can tell you, Dean Cox might be a little bit nervous because he is down here on the boundary still. He's coaching from the box, just went out and gave Isaac Heaney and Sam Wicks a few words before they run out into that play. So I wonder if he'll stay down here the whole game.
Interesting stuff. Good on you, Seabass. On debut. Big titillating start.
I don't think, has he?
No, he's usually up.
He was on the bench for a little bit last week in the second half. Yes.
Okay. So we're out of the middle. Grundy kicks it off the ground. Straight though to Wagner will take the mark.
Play on.
Looks further afield. Kicks it out wide. Another one for Frederick. Through his hands though on that occasion. Banfield caught in a tackle, and he tackled, while he had the ball, he tackled Blakey as well over the boundary line. So throw it back into play.
Last 4 inside 50s now to Freo, so that was end to end, but they're now getting some repeat entries on the Triple M Reds Atlantic stats.
11 points their lead. We've gone 13, nearly 14 minutes in this first term. Voss is doing the ruck work against Grundy. That was far too easy for the big Swan. Here's Campbell, ran into a bit of trouble. Just got the hand pass away. Ordinary kick though forward from Sydney. It'll be cut off by Pearce. Did really well. Goes back by hand to Sarong.
Now the run comes from Clark in the middle of the ground. They've got plenty of numbers. Here's the youngster Murphy Reid. Just kicks it out into open space. Now short pass is on. Can Frederick get there? Oh! He dove forward acrobatically. Couldn't take it. Pressure's hot though coming out of defence. Sydney. And a hand pass to no one. Not sure where he's going. Voss kicks off the side of the boot, taken by O'Meara. He's wrapped up though, making clear now Sydney from half back.
They do into the middle of the ground. Hayward up against Ryan. Hayward should get there first. Ryan just beat him though in the end, had a little bit more pace. Here's Banfield, gets away the hand pass, turned it over Heaney. Now they'll charge forward. The lobbing hand pass not great. Heaney make it look okay, then took on the tackler. His hand pass is out to a bit of open space. Johnson just paddles it out in front of himself. Heaney on his tail, out towards the boundary line he goes. Right on Johnson, although that's deliberate, isn't it? Insignificant.
And it was just a little bit of inexperience there, wasn't it, from Matty Johnson? Because all he needed to do was just kick the ball over the boundary line. Didn't need to actually pick it up and handball. He did really well in a one-on-one contest against Heaney, but in the end, just lacked a little bit of composure.
Did 99% of it right, and then the 1% buggered the lot.
Super looking after the boys. Here's Tommy Atkinson.
So Lloyd goes short.
Don't hold.
So it's the Dockers by 11 points.
Not 15, play on.
They've been hot on that not 15 all round. Now the kick inside 50. In best position was Cox. From the side of Marty. Ball hits the deck. The roving's done. Ends up with Hayward out the back. He's pulled it to the left-hand side. So a couple of early looks for Will Hayward. And the Swans are wayward. They are 4 behind. So Dockers 2-2, 14. The margin 10 points. 16 gone in the first term. Triple M to Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
They've missed a couple of layups, Lock, haven't they?
They certainly have.
Had some shots that have been very available.
Once again, the Dockers come down this broadcast side. Tracy out position.
Big Laddams.
Laddams took a really good mark.
Old-fashioned footballer, Big Pete Laddams.
Told to hurry up a touch as he gets on the left and kicks inside attacking 50. Through the hands of Pearce. Grabbed by McLean. He kicks towards goal. It's going to bounce. Okay, into the hands of the Dockers. Ryan will just hand pass to Wagner. Wants to take on the tackler. Hand pass to Erasmus. Back in the team. He keeps it tight to the boundary. Gathered though by Campbell. Check side is a beauty from the boundary. No mark taken though. Right on the boundary line. Just a little bit of a fumble there. And we'll throw it back into play. It's about 5 metres around from Sydney's goal. They're 4 behind. The Dockers 2-2, 14, 16 to 17 minutes gone.
Just looking on the Harvey Norman replay. Alex Pearce, sun in the eyes. He caught fresh air then.
A boundary throw in near Sydney's goal. Voss and Amadi coming through as O'Meara just spirals one out of defence. It's going to come back though. It's marked by Handling. The switch is on. They come wide. And Blakey just spears one to Florent. He takes it on the first bounce. Then goes short. He finds Heaney lurking. Kick and a half from goal, Isaac Heaney.
And Marty McLean waiting down there, Tommy.
Trailed by 10 points, and Heaney wants one of them. Kicks long, top of the square. Pearce in best position. The umpire's paid it on the second bite of the cherry. Alex Pearce, the captain, and goes short. Dockers by 10 points.
Absolutely. So they'll slow it down now, Fremantle. Ball about 15 out from their defensive goal.
Play on.
I'm worried about this forward line for Sydney. Like, there just don't seem to be too many threats down there.
Blakey will charge at it. Could have caught one over the head and the shoulder, and he'll take the free kick.
Stand.
Well, is it?
Stand.
Is that Big Tracy just
Giving him a little
Blakey know?
The kick inside 50 was a low one, but cut off by Voss. So Voss doing a little bit of ruck work at the moment for the Dockers, and he'll take it 35 out from his defensive goal. He'll kick it high. Jackson coming in from the side, couldn't hold on to it. Jordan there as well. He's working hard at the bottom of the pack. Kicked off the ground by Laddens. Diving on it was Wagner. Did really well. Now he'll just keep it in tight, you'd have to think, and force the ball up. It's about 70 out from Sydney's goal. They're just 4 behinds. We've travelled 18 and a half minutes. 2-2-14 is Freo's score.
So Jackson up against Laddams. Laddams used his body well. Papley comes through. Just rubber to kick, didn't go far. Taken here by Ryan for Freo. Shows a bit of candy, then kicks to a dangerous position. Blakey read it well. Dropped the mark though. Laddams has time. Goes to Florent, and they switch to the open side. They've got numbers out here.
They certainly do. Lloyd's taken the mark, but Dockers done well to cover him up.
They have to use McLean. Alex Pearce is just dropping off him. 20-metre leading lane then and ignored.
So now it comes back into the hands of Rampy, and they've gone backwards a touch, X-Man.
Well, if they don't use him locked, then all day Pearce is just going to sag off. You've got to use him early and make Pearce pressure up the ground further.
This is Wicks now with it. Kicks to the centre square. So slowly at the moment. He's got Rampy out wide. Decides to go to Wicks again. His kick inside 50 over the top of several players. Cox is there. Roved it nicely to Jackson. Erasmus through the centre square. He can go. The hand pass spot on to the youngster in Reid. Reid will kick. Inside attacking 50. Bolton jumps high. Couldn't hold on to it. McCartan under pressure. Does really well. Saves today. Little chip pass out wide is good. 2-2-14 Freo. 4 behind Sydney.
And doesn't McCartan look a lot better as a defender? He worked really hard back on Bolton, then took a really good intercept mark.
Here's McLean. Gathered it on a half volley, and that's an awful kick. Just rushed it and turned it over, and here come the Dockers again. Clark to just spear one out wide here. My man, Big Pat Voss, having some sort of quarter beastie.
Not bad, Tommy. Not bad. Not amazing.
Hit him between the eyes, Beastie.
Could have backed him up, though.
Yeah, Beast.
Might be the best quarter he's ever played.
Well, 6 disposals, Tommy. It's pretty good.
6 for a key forward beast.
And Jackson's just taken the second best mark of his career with
Anyway, Jackson's marked it 30 metres out straight in front.
Good contested mark there. Ball about 30 metres out. In amongst about 6 or 7. He's plucked that down. The Sydney boys look like they're pretty puffed at the moment. Just looking at Rowbottom, Heaney and Warner. Hands on knees.
So if he kicks this, I want your thoughts on the news that Ryan Daniels broke during the week. The Dockers are trying to extend Luke Jackson to an 8-year deal. Straight in front, Luke Jackson, maybe that's why, kicked it straight through the middle. That's 3 for Jackson, sorry, 1 for Jackson, 3 for the Dockers, 3-2-20. Sydney Swans, 4 behinds. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
I'll chip in there. If the Dockers do that, they're bloody idiots.
Yeah, okay.
Why would you do that now?
I'm with you. I don't get these long-term contracts. It's almost like a player bats their eyelids at them these days and they think, oh no, we'll tax some more years on your contract. He's got 6 years left.
Yeah.
In what world do you need 8?
No, that's just listening to noise. No, that can't be right. It can't be right.
Dockers don't.
It's black and white. There is no way the Fremantle Dockers.
They're not. They're not.
Where he's got that news from is
so he's making it up. So
he's completely made that up.
I don't think he's made it up.
No.
They're not falling over themselves.
There is no way that Fremantle are going to give Luke Jackson another year.
They've got him on a bargain. See how he goes. Here's Brayshaw out of the middle. Anyway, whack we go. 16 points to margin. Brayshaw gathers to O'Meara. Out wide he goes sharp to Sarong. This is good corralling by Sydney. Back to Brayshaw. Now they'll have to come to this broadcast side. The kick's out wide. Wagner will gather it. It'll bounce and bounce. Picks it up, and he'll go shorts. The kick needed to be spot on. It is to Clark. 55 out. Loads up and misses completely to the left-hand side. The forwards all standing there.
All of them.
Waving their hands.
All of them.
Kick it to me.
Many options.
3-2 plays, just 4 behind. Dockers in charge, 22 and a half gone. That is on the, that is on the Titanium Caravan scoreboard, Tommy.
Rampy kicks up to the wing. Big fella Grundy couldn't mark. Walker gathers side. He set up O'Meara, who bounced off a tackle, got rid of the footy. Ends up with Chad Warner. He kicks to half forward. And working hard down there is the youngster in Hanley. He just shoves a hand pass out wide into the path of Lloyd. He goes back. A little 1-2. Now Lloyd gets it back, kicking a half from goal.
Just get it in now before it's one-on-one.
Play on your round.
Just get it in, give him a look now.
So Lloyd has it, and he'll just kick it and hope the tall forwards can take a mark. Dockers' defence was good. The punch towards the top of their defensive 50. Banfield working hard. Wagner wraps up a Swan underneath the pack, and it'll be holding the ball. That was a little unlucky, although the player in the end did fall over the top of the footy. And that was Hanley who did. And Wagner will take the free kick about 45 out from his defensive goal.
So Wagner kicks almost to the middle of the ground, edge of the square, punch down. Bolton did well. Used his pace to create some space and gave it off the Brayshaw. Now to O'Meara, back to Bolton. Turns the Jets on and kicks to half forward. That's going to go out of bounds on the full. We saw Bolton's one-on-one contest before on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Go Harvey Norman Samsung. 2024 TV run out on now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman Samsung 2024 TV run out. Best prices guaranteed.
What's concerning for Sydney right now is that when the ball gets on the outside, they're just struggling to keep up. Transition football, Freo find a lot off it at the moment. Just butchering a few opportunities going inside forward 50, but Sydney just cannot get any pressure on whatsoever.
Thoughts of Andrew Embley? 2006 Norm Smith medalist. That's a long time ago, Embers, when you played footy.
It was so long ago, wasn't
Think about it now. That is ages ago. It's nearly 20 years.
Yeah, it feels like 40 for most of us too, I reckon.
They still partying? Anyway, here's Bolton to Johnson on the wing. Good hand pass to Walker on the run. The kick inside 50, spot on. Good play from the Dockers. And Big Bossy, Tommy's man, on the lead, takes the mark. He's about 50 out, Tommy.
Best on ground lock.
How much did you put on it for him to kick it?
Him? No.
Yeah.
This was the player last year I said usually does this part of the game pretty well, and I think he'd kicked 2 goals 13 at the time.
Keep coming out, please.
He's got to nail this one. He's got a side already locked.
Been best on ground, Tommy.
It's a good range, 45 out for a key forward, full kick.
We'll see how he goes. As Tommy said, he does love a good celebration. From 45, sets sail and misses to the right-hand side. There'll be no celebration or free.
Have they played it? Have they played it
once?
Once.
Yeah.
Bossie's very animated when he's just watching it too, Tommy. Have you noticed? He's
True.
a very excitable fella, but he's not like yourself.
3-3-21 is the Dockers.
Very much like me.
4 behind is Sydney.
So Sydney come up to the wing. They want Grundy. He's out mad though, and Jackson didn't just mark it. Just punched it across the line.
If they do want the crowd to sing along with Coldplay, I reckon they need to do a bouncing ball karaoke because it could go either way. Like, how are you supposed to section Freo off into that?
Yeah,
like, is it 2 Freos? Is it 1 Freo? Are you holding the are you holding the O? What's going on? Like,
I just think it's arts, mate. It's creativity. Do as you please.
Well, you know, that's what Freo's known for. But, you know.
And Dockers at half-back. Cox. It's up to a one-on-one. Gee, Amos did well. Got rid of a good defender and Rampy. And that's Spears one. Coming from the side there is Roberts. He punched it away. Ball runs inside 50. In trouble. Erasmus slays a big tackle. Ends up with my man. Here's Vossi. Vossi's had a third go. And finally gets a goal. The Dockers have 4. 4-3 to Sydney, 4 behind. The margin 23 points. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
You won't see a forward line that lacks more mobility than the Sydney Swans forward line at the moment. It's just getting that half forward line, isn't it, Embers? And they don't take a clunk. It hits the ground. And Fremantle, they do enjoy the handballing part of their game and the running part of their game. But turnover, then Erasmus pressure in the forward line, and Big Vossi swooped.
The new AFL Happy Meal, Embers, is here with 18 unique bag clips to collect, available 10:30am to midnight while stocks last. What are the unique bag clips, your kids?
The footy clips, yes. There's a Sydney Swans one sitting on the floor in my house at the moment as we speak.
I don't think it makes it off the floor at this rate.
No. They're especially when one or two are Giant supporters too. So
they're very creative, Maccas. They come up with some good stuff. And we're bouncing in the middle, not far away from quarter time, and the Dockers are in complete control. 23 points is their lead. Heaney will get a free kick out of the middle and wants to play on. Little sidestep was nice. Heaney through the centre circle. Maybe a late goal here. Kicks inside, attacking 50. McLean nearly held onto it. Gathered by Amira. He's a wobbler towards the boundary. Dockers don't want to touch it on the siren.
Has to be.
Insufficient attempts.
That's the rule, Lock.
It is. And they'll get a free. On the siren for maybe their first.
Just looking at a Fremantle supporter, he looked like he was doing some wrist exercises from the umpire. I'm not sure what that meant.
And Florin has the kick. So kick from about 45 out on the boundary. Here he comes on the right, sends it on the way and doesn't make the distance.
Why would they punch that through?
Yeah, that is
Why
weird.
would they punch? That's just lax footy knowledge.
That was stupid. Crazy stuff here at Optus.
Imagine by the end of the year they miss out on the top 8 by 100%.
By a rush behind. 4-3-27, the Dockers. The Swans 5 behinds. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M Rocks Footy.
the new AFL Happy Meal is here with 18 unique bag clips to collect. Available 10:30am to midnight while stocks last for a limited time only.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumho free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Go Harvey Norman for the hottest deals on the best brands in tech. Right now, up to 20% off Lenovo and Acer computers, like the Acer Aspire Go, now below $348, save $150. Or save $230 on the Core i5 Acer Aspire Go, now $668. Get in quick and grab a bargain on powerful Lenovo IdeaPad with 16 gig RAM and 1TB storage, now $998 while stocks last. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Here we go.
It's the Mitsubishi Motors factory clearance, and you're good to go with a $3,000 bonus on Triton models. Plus, score up to $2,000 in customer loyalty bonus. That's up to $5,000 off your driveway price, so you can go adventuring. All backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. You're good to go with Mitsubishi. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Bunnings Trade. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
22 points is the margin here at Optus Stadium. The Dockers 4-3-27. The Swans just 5 behind. That's on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au. Here is the Beast. Beastie, take it away with your Red Zeds.
Thanks. Leading the way for Ferrero was O'Meara with 9 disposals clearance for him. Wagner, Voss and Brayshaw all with 8 disposals each. Voss also had a goal. Sarong's...
Oh, we've lost you, Beastie. No,
I'm
you're
back.
back. You're
I'm
back.
back. Oh, look at that. Back from the dead. Tracy, 2 goals. Jackson had the 1. And for Sydney, leading the way was Lloyd with 10. Roberts, 8 with 3 clearances. Jordan had 8 as well. Heaney, 8 with 3 clearances also. Freo, the mids were a plus 19 in disposals, a plus 6 in inside 50s for Freo in that term as well. Sydney were a plus 5 in clearance, so doing some work around the stoppage, just not much with it. They gave up 2 goals off turnovers in that quarter on the Triple M Red Z learning stats.
On fire early, Beast. So too is our debutant, Caitlin Bassett, on the boundary for Bob Jones Teamarts. Bass?
It is a balmy 31 degrees out here, and while it's nice in the shade, the Dockers have headed off to the change room for this break. Swans are still out on the ground. Some of them have ice vests on, and the AFL heat policy is still in place, meaning quarter time and 3/4 time breaks are going to be a little bit longer, extended by 2 minutes, and extra water carriers are allowed out on the ground.
Good on you, Seabass. Bob Jones Teamarts, buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T&Cs apply. Going into the rooms, X-Man?
Well, this second week in a row, they've had the heat policy Fremantle, and they did go down to the rooms in Geelong and then had about 8 goals kicked on them in a row. So time will tell. Sydney are already heading to their positions. Personally, Embers, I reckon I wouldn't mind it quarter time, 3/4 time, just staying in the shade.
It's the fair bit of shade out here at the moment.
Yeah.
We're in the box with the aircon on. Doesn't look that hot out there. Listen, I mean, sports science is saying this is what we're going to do during the week, and so that's the decision that they make to go in and
unusual though that Sydney are in their positions virtually.
Yeah,
they're ready to play, and
no sign of the Dockers just yet.
Would that throw you off, boys? You boys personally, you reckon?
No, not really. But I'd much rather just stay on the ground. It's only 8 minutes, I think. The break just. It's only 2 minutes longer. I've never thought at quarter time, gee whiz, if I had an extra 2 minutes, I'd love to go down to the change rooms. You're using that 2 minutes virtually to run down to the rooms.
And you got 30 seconds to get out on the ground and into your spots before we bounce the footy. Let's go around the grounds. Choice Hotels, of course, West Coast put up a bit of a fight against Brisbane, but the Lions too good in the end. 19-point winners. North Melbourne smacked the Demons. 59 points was the final margin. Here come the Fremantle Dockers, and Piastri's leading by 4 seconds in China.
Who's chasing him? Lando?
Lando, I think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is unusual. Like the old country footy days when the team was late to leave, I'd be saying to the umpire, bounce it.
Yeah, that's right.
Start the game.
Yeah. So we still await for them to get to their positions. As we said, Sydney were already there about 30 or 40 seconds ago. 4-3-27 the Dockers score. The Swans 5 behind, second quarter about to get underway here at Optus Stadium. Room hot water built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a ream.
22-point lead to the Fremantle Dockers at quarter time. They're really good in that first term. And we start again for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. And Sarong to Brayshaw. In fact, O'Meara now to Jackson. Here is Brayshaw. Out the front, wants Bolton. Out the back. Taken though by Amos and wrapped up by Rampy. Deep in their forward line. And we'll bounce the footy.
Well, Coxie, Embers, I'm not waiting the whole game to deal with this sub. They've got a midfielder, a sub, and they've got 4 rucks playing. I wouldn't wait around too long.
That's out through the hands of Brayshaw under pressure. Florent gets it away and Swans should come away. The kick go tight to the boundary. Well, it bounced just inside at will. The Swans player was there, so it'll be all goods.
Got to take the opportunities too, the Swans. They haven't helped themselves. McLean, Hayward missed a couple. Papley missed one. I mean, they should have, those 4 points at least should be 4 goals. So, Freo have taken their opportunities. Sydney haven't.
22 points the margin. Fremantle lead it. Ball thrown back into play. Half forward for the Dockers. Stripped out of the hands of Warner. Now a quick kick forward. As Rowbottom will bounce it towards the boundary line and it goes over the line and out of bounds. So we'll throw it in wing position here at Optus Stadium.
Right on the wing, of course, no Logan McDonald. Young West Aussie still injured.
Coxie's back up in the box now. He's gone from the dugout to the box for this quarter.
Well, in the first quarter.
I was going to say they're down by 22 and they haven't kicked a goal yet.
So Driscoll takes it and he's wrapped up quickly.
What was your words of advice, Embers? What sort of...
said McLean back.
McLean back, did you?
McLean back, yes.
Yeah, okay. Did you
McLean back? Or McCartan?
McLean.
McCartan.
McLean back as well.
We want both of them back.
I don't blame you. Send them all back.
No wonder they're the shambles early.
Murphy Reid kicks up to half forward. Joe Driscoll did well. And then bursts away, has a bounce and kicks a wobbler. Through the hands of my man Bossy. Gets out the back. Bolton causing problems. He's quick. Almost played for a free kick. Voss gets it by hand. Cut off though by Rowbottom. And they'll just pump one away from Wicks. It's a big kick out though. Bounced off the chest of Clark. And now Sydney had the numbers through the middle of the ground.
Papley will spread it out wide. He actually went backwards to left half back. It'll bounce and bounce. Lloyd will gather. Has a bit of time to measure things up. He'll go short. Good option in the end. Back to Papley, who worked hard. Kicks to the middle of the ground. Rowbottom can chip it off the top. Decided to go the kick instead of the hand pass to Warner. He'll take on the tackler. Did really well, Warner. The kick inside 50 to Laddams. Superb. And that's why he's the multi-million-dollar man in waiting. Warner, that was a great move.
It was. Big Laddams, though. Credit to him as well. He ran Cox from the wing just down in front of us, over to the other side of the ground, back to the goal square, then came out on a nice lead-up. He did work hard there, and Cox did drop off. Good opportunity here.
So they need this desperately to get themselves composed. They kicked the 5 behinds in the first quarter. And Laddams now from outside 50. Straight in front, though. And a real chance. Taking a long time. He creeps to the 50. On that left he goes. And he followed through nicely. Good goal from the big man. Exactly what they needed. 1-5-11 is Sydney's score. The Fremantle Dockers 4-3-27. That's on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
And we spoke about Chaddy Warner as well. So only the 4 touches in the first quarter. But, geez, when he gets the ball in hand like that, takes the game on, sidestep, he makes something happen.
And Caleb Sarong in that instance would be thinking, please don't run around me, please don't run around me, please don't run around him. But Warner goes, well, I'm far quicker than you, so good luck, I'm going to run around you. But the kick through the middle that opened up was Rowbottom's tunnel ball pass that he dribble kick that he went with to get it to Warner, so that allow him to be creative. Good goal by Sydney, much needed.
Warner's swift disposal of his first inside 50 in this one so far on the Triple M Reds Atlantic stats.
Thank you, Beeston. Reds Atlantic, loan for the self-employed. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. The Dockers by 3 goals. The umpire just thumps it into the ground. That little bit of candy shown by Chad Warner X remind me of the challenge that you set Caleb Sarong during the week.
Oh, yes, I did. I'm nervous about that. I forgot. If he runs around the man on the mark, I'll buy him dinner at Nobu.
So have you seen him have a set shot for goal?
Yeah.
He said he'll do it for the season. He's got like Murphy Reid did for his first goal last week.
Oh, Jackson, he's lucky there. He picked the ball up and then
Grundy's in trouble here.
Yeah, he's
big
popped
trouble.
one to the face.
We've got 8 ruckmen playing, so there's cover, but he's in it.
He's not the one you want off the ground, though, is he?
So Jordan kicks inside 50. Pearce in best position. Got 2 hands to it. Couldn't quite mark it, though. Taken by Driscoll, is wrapped up. We'll get Caitlin Bassett to keep an eye on Brodie Grundy. It's in the hands of a couple of trainers. And ball it up 35 metres out from Sydney's goal.
Jumping high, but not really getting a good tap away for the Dockers. Gathered and then kicked off the boots, was it, of Laddams. So It was O'Meara who was kicking it, but it came off the boot of Latham, so O'Meara will take the free. Caitlin Bassett on the boundary for Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, Brodie Grundy's staying out there. 2 trainers came over and checked him out. He was a little bit ginger, but he seems to be back in the action right now.
How well is she going, this former skipper of the Diamonds? She's complete control.
Debut yesterday too, we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will get to that. AFLW superstar in the waiting, I think it might be. Had a rough one, though.
At 37, you reckon?
Is that how old she is?
37 young.
Is that right?
Yes, she told me.
Okay. Well, we shouldn't probably be promoting that. But anyway, we have, so we'll move on. The kick along the line. Grundy flying high. No problems with him now. Gathered in the end. Quick kick away. It was Hamling high towards the boundary line. It'll bounce and bounce. Let's go back to Seabass. Seabass, forget the age sort of talk. Made your debut yesterday in footy, I hear.
Oh, I knew you were going to throw me under the bus, boys. Yeah, had a hit out for Perth Demons against Swan District, so it wasn't pretty. Look, I think I've never been kneed in the chest as a netballer before, and I copped a knee high straight up. So, look, I'm trying to learn some ruck work right now as I'm watching the boys.
And I know this answer. Did you win?
We did not.
All right, the Swans have the numbers. Rowbottom, that's a spiral inside 50. Oh, that's a one-hander. Amadi just stuck out the hand and he's marked it inside 50.
It's a stupid question to ask anyone that plays for Perth.
Oh, yeah, fair call. Fair call.
Because they never win.
Shout out to Barra.
They're on the improve.
They got good facilities, though.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yes. Amadi's got the mark anyway, more importantly.
It's a good mark. He was able to push his opponent underneath the football and take a good one-handed mark. Needs to go back and kick this now because the Swans starting to shift a little bit of the momentum.
This will be 2 in a row for Sydney. Amadi should kick it. Leans back. And he does. Couple for the Swans. The first to Amadi, 2-5-17. 4-3-27 margin, 10 points. 7.5 gone in the second term. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Great time to load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
Just Sydney Swans pressure, wasn't it? That we've seen for a couple of decades. Made the handballing under pressure for Fremantle, forced the turnover, and it was just a quick kick that floated. Amadi had position. Was good enough to stick his juke out and grab it one hand. It's funny, Embers, you think Amadi kicked 9 goals last year in Adelaide.
Yep.
And then there's games where you just don't see him. They need a competitor down there, but if they can pinch 4 out of him today, they're going to be half a chance. Because Fremantle typically aren't going to blow you off the park.
24 no Logan McDonald as well at the moment.
Absolutely injured at the moment. Embers, 24 laps to go in the Grand Prix, and Piastri leads by 2.4 seconds. Kick inside 50 is a beauty, and Dick Tracy's taken a mark on the lead. So O'Driscoll found him, charging out from the goal square, and he'll kick from about 55 out now. Tracy?
Just again, a little bit too easy coming out the front door. They've had a couple of set of bounce clearances at the moment, Fremantle, and when they lower the eyes, Tracy, he wants to hit up. Pat Boss has hit up as well. They've just got to take these chances now.
Already kicked the 2.45 last year, and he's missed to the right-hand side. Had a really good season last year, and probably was the difference between Fremantle not making finals.
When he went down, absolutely.
I
think when he's up and about, he's their most important player by far. He competes, he contests, he brings the ball to ground, he kicks goals.
11-point lead to Fremantle. Rampy kicked outside 50, but then a free kick going Frio's way to Andy Brayshaw.
Andy started with the tape today, Tommy.
He did start with it.
Unusual. They're not how many stitches he's got sitting in that squad. As a Brayshaw, they tend to get a few hits.
I did see him during the week on social media just trying to promote a new ice bath and a spa sauna number.
Stay there, outside 5.
Here's Andy Brayshaw, kicks, just pokes one. To the lead of Big Tracy. Ball it to ground, couldn't mark. So Jordan clears it towards the boundary line. Is it going to stay in? Runs away from Chapman. The umpire says that's fine. We'll throw it in. The fans of the half in Melbourne aren't happy.
Yeah, the Freo fan is exercising that wrist again, and the umpires
going to get sore.
So it's only 11 points. It's been a good start to this second term for Sydney. Jackson has to come from behind. Grundy taps it down. Jordan's hand pass straight to Banfield, though, of Fremantle. Now to O'Meara in the middle of the ground. Turns, spins, kicks up towards half forward. Tracy after it, taps it to his team's advantage. Rowbottom on the bottom of the pack. His hand pass, not a great one. Through the hands, though, of Erasmus. Rampy caught in a good tackle. 50 out from his defensive goal, and will ball it up. Things just stepping up a touch. It's 4-4-28 Fremantle. Sydney 2-5-17, 10, nearly 11 minutes gone.
50 metres out from the goal. Neither ruckman could get clean possession. Ends up back here with Lloyd for Sydney. Just punts one out of defence and hopes, and at full speed. Oh, look at him go. Papley has a bounce and then kicks over the top. They got the numbers here. It's the youngster Hanley. And he just runs past the footy though, and Jordan Clark picks it up and finds O'Driscoll by hand.
Driscoll on the left, kicks it out in front of Frederick. Had to stand up to take that mark. Play on, said the umpire. Not paid. Fremantle fans will go off their nut. Warner gathers, tries to turn and kick it inside 50. It's a bad one. Gathered by O'Driscoll. Had a good start to his game. Kicks along the line. Erasmus, a little bit of body work. Free kick. Blakey will take it. Shoved him out the way. And he'll kick to the middle of the ground for the Swans.
They want to go quick here, Sydney. In the middle of the ground. It's Papley who's pushed up from attack and goes short. Back to Blakey. Going to go fast. And then just spears one inside 50. Heaney! Got up high, couldn't mark it though. Almost roped his own footy. Walker's there. Taken by Warner. Snaps towards goal, and this is the left-hand side. That's Corey Warner. 3 for 1 behind. They're peppering the goals here. Sydney. And now, it's a 2-6 beast. 18 to 4-4-28. 12 gone here in the second term. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
He's Papley's front and square on the outer side before. The way he just attacked the football, got in a really good position. Need a little bit of that intensity from a few more of those Sydney players right now.
Yeah, they're starting to find it though, aren't they, Embers? As the ball's inside 50 again. Warner, Chad, kicks inside 50. Mark couldn't be taken by Campbell. And Pearce happy to just carry it over the boundary line. So Andrew Embley and Xavier Ellis looking after our Triple M Cbus special comments. Cbus Super making hard work payoff since 1984, and it's 2-7-19 to 4-4-28. It's still the Dockers, but only just.
That's a dangerous long kick.
They went with the set play there, Tommy. Tried to get Jordan Clark with his speed out into some space, but McCartan simply came off Tracy and met him in the air, and Clark unfortunately gave away the free kick.
So McCartan.
Beast, what are the marks this quarter? Sorry, mate. It seems as though Sydney are trying to control the football a little bit more.
Yeah, 9-2 X so far, but they're also doing more with it obviously when they enter. 7-2, 7-5 rather, the inside 50. So just a 2 entry up there, but they're just doing more with it when they get in there, clearly.
Mark Vandy on the stance. Triple M Road Z's landings. They kick to half forward, and Johnson. I think he was good last week, Matty Johnson. He stood tall there and took a nice mark at half-back.
He did. He's told to play on. Goes to the far side of the ground. Long kick, and it's a high one as well. Packle form. Tracy coming in. Couldn't take it, but rode nicely. Brayshaw out in front of Erasmus. The young fella has to do something special here. Kicks towards the goal square. Frederick stands. Couldn't take the mark. Will get a free. Banfield, did he play on? No.
He tried to.
Come back to Frederick. He realised he had 2 coming at him. And Freddie's a chance from only 20 metres out.
So again, you just got to take your chances. We saw Heaney down one end, Campbell down one end, just missing a few marks they normally snap. And suddenly, Fremantle, after Sydney have started this quarter really well with a couple of goals, they go back down the other end, and this will really hurt.
Certainly will. Freddie for his first. He kicks towards goal, and he's missed only 25 metres out. Straight off the boot for a minor score. Disappointing finish for Fremantle. It's a 10-point margin now. 4-5 plays 2-7. The Dockers at the 14.5-minute mark lead it.
And I want to zone off that. He's left Rampy alone. Another 20 metres by foot. And kicked it along to the middle of the ground. Turned over though because Johnson has it. He can go out wide to Sharp. Wants to keep his width and then poke one over the top. Ring 3 taking up. Mark there is Wagner.
He's going to be important this year, Tommy, I think, for Fremantle. He can run and he carries, uses the ball pretty well.
Especially when Jordan Clark gets tagged. So Wagner kicks inside 50. Coming across the front though, McCartan. just unopposed. Back home in defence, takes the mark about 30 metres out from his goal. The Dockers, they lead the way by 10 points, on 15 in the second term.
I'll get Shea Bolton's stats in a moment, Beast, as the kick out is a long one through the hands, once again, of several players. Here's X's man, Wagner, lobs one over the top to Sharp, full of run. He'll hand pass further afield. O'Driscoll gets to his left boot, will kick inside attacking 50. Rowbottom should have taken it. Here is Bolton, 45 out, goes round one tackle, stands up in another tackle, hands it off to Erasmus. He had his kick smothered. Freddie goes in there again. Jordan gathers, gives it to McCartan, to Rampy, sloppy stuff, got the kick away, bounces over the head of a Dockers player, and wrapped up in a good tackle. Doing well was Wagner. He slowed the play down. Campbell was there waiting for the ball to come into his hands. We'll ball it up 55 metres out.
It's exciting when Bolton gets near the footy. At half forward, he's taken out of the ruck, kicked to half forward, and Marty took it, turned around, took his time, and then gave a hand pass away to Walker. And then just kicked out of mid-air by Fremantle to half forward. Foot race out there. Murphy Reid lays a nice tackle. Goes across the line. The crowd wanted holding the ball or insufficient intent. Instead, we'll throw it in half forward here for the Dockers.
Those numbers on Bolton now. 6 disposals, 3 clearances, 2 clearances rather, 3 score involvements, 3 tackles as well. So he's getting in there, Lock.
Yeah, he's been okay then. Stats-wise, hasn't really stood out, but we're probably used to him being so flashy. Here's Lloyd, tight to the boundary, just kicks on his left over the line and out and bounds. No, he's kept in play, the mark.
It's bad by Walker.
Caitlin Bassett on the boundary, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, our Dockers debutant, Shea Bolton, has spent a lot of time on the sideline, actually. He's probably on managed minutes, given the fact he's coming back from a lower leg injury.
Thank you, Seabass. So Sydney just taking their time across half-back. Hamlin goes short to Rampy. He wants his left side, of course, and finds it. Kicks up to the wing. And Jordan Clark too strong.
Important 5 minutes coming up right now because Fremantle, after starting really well, you feel the momentum just swung a little bit. Sydney have missed a few opportunities, but they've got the game back on terms and only 10 points at the moment. Does feel, though, Fremantle should be a lot further in front.
So Jackson snuck on, kicks it, flower bag inside 50. Hamling punches it away. Ends up here with Roberts by hand to Papley. Then goes back to McCartan. And they've got numbers here at half-back. Oh, the mark should have been taken. Chad Warner comes in to help. Tried the don't argue and got wrapped up by Johnson. He found the boundary line though, and the umpire says, I'll have it and I'll throw it in.
Taddy had a bit of a chat to the fans as well, who wanted holding the ball.
How many times he's done that at training and actually been able to get away with it, but got hemmed in on that occasion. JL on the Harvey Norman replay, filthy with the umpires.
Absolutely. 10 points to margin. Jackson taps it to his own advantage, then gives it up. Swans on the run. Florent hand passes to the middle of the ground. Now the quick kick forward from Lloyd inside attacking 50. Packle form. Well done though for Ryan. Got in the front position. Marty runs onto it. He's caught in a tackle. Stripped himself of the footy. Hand passes it further afield to Hayward. His kick's an absolute shocker. It'll be turned over. Sharp deep in defence does well for the Dockers. Gives it off by hand to Wagner. And then Wagner can kick it out, but he might have turned it over.
Kicks to a dangerous spot. Gee, Murphy Reid did well. Almost took the mark, and then by hand goes to Banfield.
Walker's done his shoulder here, Tommy too.
Real concerns. So keep an eye on that. He finds Bolton, who just spins around and wants Jackson. Has to be good here. Jackson put the pressure on. Almost kept his feet. But keeps the ball in tight. And umpire says, I'll have it. We'll go downstairs to Caitlin Bassett. Brandon Walker looks in a bad way.
Yeah, look, Brandon Walker, he's getting nursed off to the sideline. His shoulder is definitely busted at this stage, and our sub, Josh Draper, is warming up as quick as he can on the sideline, hopefully, so he can get out there.
That's done. He's just walked straight off the ground down to the change room, so he's out of the game.
And Draper's not a bad replacement for 50. And it's 50 metres, so McLean will take the 50-metre walk towards the goal square. This is a certain one for the Swans. Things have changed, Embers.
They have.
They've certainly changed. Warner's got amongst the footy in this second term. They're experienced players. Lloyd's getting a fair bit off half-back. It's a different Sydney team.
Oh, he's passed it off.
And he passes it off. Now, Warner will gather. Warner straight in front will kick a goal. That wasn't 50 metres either. Like, he only brought him inside 50 a touch. So, anyway, they got the goal they deserved. 3-7-25 the Swans. 4-5-29 is the Dockers score. It's just 4 points now.
And if Embers is telling Coxie McLean's meant to be at full back, you go back and tick them, don't you? That's right. At the end of the game, Coxie's going to get the sheet and see he hasn't kicked the goal.
They're starting to run in transition, and they're starting to use the footy really well. And Warner, he's been the one after a reasonably quiet first quarter by his standards. He's starting to really sort of run, chase, put pressure on. And Freo there, they just switched off. It was 50 metres to McLean, and he just passed the ball off to Warner. So thanks very much.
Lloyd finally played the footy too. 17 now for him. Jordan with 17 as well. Patley, Roberts, Blakey all with 11 as well. So the Swans are getting around it now on the Triple M Reds Athletic stats.
Caleb Sarong's gone a full forward. Out of the middle, Jackson to Bolton. Over the top. Oh, here's Murphy Reid. Goes short and finds him. So Sarong's marked.
Is he going to run around here? Is he wanting to run around?
Yeah, this week he needs to go around for the Nobu dinner. But that was horrible by Blakey. He's a full back on him and gave him, let's be honest, Strong's not gout. And he put 5 metres on Blakey like that. He was in third gear and has just been taught a little quick lesson by Caleb Sarong out of full forward. Actually, if he goes around him, he is gout.
So Sarong 40 out. Just takes the traditional option and kicks straight. The vice captain for Freo gets the goal they needed. Oh, here comes the Coldplay song. Viva La Viva, whatever it's called.
Come on, Freo fans.
Are they going to sing?
Must be the first goal of the quarter.
I'm with you, Beast. They need the bouncing ball.
They need it, don't they?
They need the karaoke. It's official.
So let's sack Wharfie time where the silly boat goes through the water and put the words up here. I reckon I'm with you there, Beast. If it's going to work, you need something to follow.
Yeah, you need the bouncy ball because once everyone starts improving too, it could go anywhere.
You don't know when to join in, do you?
No, it could go anywhere. So everyone's just gun shy, actually. That's
the introverts aren't just joining in, are they?
No.
The Dockers 5-5.
There's no structure.
35.
Listen to Molly Meldrum down there.
I'd have checked with Caitlin Bassett for a sec. Ross Draper looks like he's put the T-shirt back on over the jumper, which is a bit surprising.
I just saw Walker's injury. There was not much in it when his shoulder came out. It was a tap.
So we're out of the middle again. We'll keep in touch with Seabass in a moment. Papley's kick inside attacking 50 was a low one. Laddams is there. He'll be happy to see it over and they can reset here. Seabass on the boundary.
Yeah, look, I can see Draper. He's just taken his T-shirt off, so he definitely has his jumper on and he looks ready to go out there on the field. But I guess you don't know what happens in the change rooms, do you? You could get a quick jab and get back out there, but I would be very surprised if we saw Brandon Walker out here for the rest of the game.
No, Walker, I think we've done. That shoulder was taped up previously too. There was not much in that incident, so it's a shame.
You'll learn, Seabass, don't listen to Ambers. He's got no idea.
That's called the old throw under the bus.
The kick up the line, Blakey's taken mark. He's on the wing position, sorry.
Draper's frothing at the mouth, in the gates, and Evans has ruled him out. No.
Walker's out for 12 weeks.
I'd be nervous here with Patley. He's going to be 53 metres out. I wouldn't be surprised if he just...
Trying to earn himself a Nobu dinner.
Well,
he goes short. He's crafty, Patley. You're all over it, X. And this man won't miss. Campbell's got a 40 out straight in front.
Just a little bit too easy right now. Just some of these hit-ups. Fremantle in their back half have just, in this quarter in particular, just switched off a little bit. And Sydney, with a bit of momentum, they are coming. And Tommy reckons that he'll go back and kick this directly in front. He is a very good kick, Campbell.
So Braden Campbell kicks. He's just hung it out a little bit. In fact, it doesn't come back enough. So no good from Braden Campbell. And the Swans kicking troubles continue. 3-8-26. The Dockers 5-5-35. The margin 9 points. 25 gone in the second term. Clip on Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Good on you, Tommy. Tommy Atkinson leading the call this afternoon. Xavier Ellis, Andrew Embley. Mark Committee's here as well with the Red Zeds. And Caitlin Bassett on the boundary line. Ball inside. Ball being kicked just outside the Defensive 50 for the Dockers, but going nowhere. So Amira slow to get up. Umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a crack here.
Back this way.
9 points to margin. Suns are coming. Sorry, not the Suns. The Swans are coming. As the hand pass comes out towards Brayshaw. Caught in a really good tackle. That's holding the ball. That was a ripper.
Stand, please.
And this man has really stepped it up.
Can't Chad.
Chad Warner.
Behind your mark. I really should go behind his mark and take him on straight away again.
Be adventurous.
Keep coming.
Chad, get behind your mark, mate. You're at 3 metres off it. Oh, look at this.
Now he kicks to a man that's loose. So Fremantle had about 30 seconds to find a man. Someone forgot that Brodie Grundy, who's probably the biggest of all in Sydney, was all on his own.
Watch the lizard just start to track over here. He's just tracking over the big lizard.
Stay out.
Now told to stay out, X-Man, as Grundy will kick from 55. He's on the angle. We're right behind it. The big man decides just to send it to the goal square. Packle form through the hands, kicked out of mid-air. The Rowbottom, now it's Laddams. He couldn't trap it. Good hands to Jackson. Jackson lobs one to O'Driscoll. He had to just stand and wait for the tackler coming. Warner did well, slowed him down. 45 out from Sydney's goal. Another ball up. 5-5-35 Freo. Sydney 3-8-26.
So ball it up. Heaney comes through at speed, gathers by hand, gives it off to Lloyd. Big tackle from Amos. Holding the footy. Just saw on the Triple M Harvey Norman. Brandon Walker's come out of the rooms. Got his arm in a sling. And now Freo moving out to the wing. It's getting busy. Goes short. This is Lloyd. Couple of kicks from goal still. Jakey Lloyd, the veteran, kicks it top of the square. He wants McLean. No mark taken. Running through Campbell at pace. Lost the footy though. Luke Ryan has it for Freo and goes short. Touch footy, play on. It goes across the line and we'll throw it in front of Sharp in the pocket. The Dockers by 9 points, 27 gone. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Sydney now a plus 25 in disposal in this term. And still dominating clearance. 21-11 for the half now on the Triple M Reds. I've done the stats.
McDonald's and Remo Water. Triple M rocks footy. Ball thrown back into play. Jackson man in front. To O'Driscoll. He's racking up the touches. So too Brayshaw. O'Meara to Wagner. And then Wagner kicks along the line. Good play. Off half back. Tracy's taken the grab. Long way from goal though. He just decides to play on a touch and then kick it along the line. It's a firm one. Johnson was there, couldn't trap it. Amos tried to lay a bump on McCartan. Rowbottom will receive the hand pass from him to Grundy. Out wide they can go. Wicks did really well. Drew the player, gave it off to Warner. His kick inside attacking 50 to a poor one. And Pearce has taken the mark, 45 around from his defensive goal. 5-5-35 the Dockers, the Swans, 3-8-26. We're ticking away towards half-time, just under a minute to go.
So Walker out for the game. We saw that in the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Go Harvey Norman, Samsung 2024 TV run out. Now on, big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman Samsung 2024 TV run out. Best prices guaranteed.
Ball inside attacking 50. Papley's hovering. 45 out. Gets on his left. Kicks towards the goal square. Under pressure Freo. Frederick goes back by hand to Ryan. He'll chip it out towards the boundary line. Needs some speed. O'Driscoll there. Just happy to see it over the line as time ticks away towards half-time. 25 seconds remaining, and it's still the Dockers leading by 9 points.
Fremantle just don't look dangerous, do they, Emma? Sydney just need to take one or two of these opportunities because Fremantle do not look dangerous at all at the moment.
9 point lead to Freo. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings trade. Here's the chat again. Wrapped up though by Jackson, but got a boot to it. The kick though has been marked in defence by Luke Ryan. He wants to switch quickly. He goes across the ground.
Outside forward.
To Chapman. Awkward looking kicking style. And made it tough for Erasmus, who stayed tough and forced the contest. Wagner came to help and then gets it back by hand. Half time though here at Optus. And the Fremantle Dockers lead the way, 5-5-35 over the Sydney Swans, 3-8-26. The McDonald's and Raymond Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Load up on landscaping at Bunnings Trade.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a ream.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Go Harvey Norman for the hottest deals on the best brands in tech. Right now, up to 20% off Lenovo and Acer computers, like the Acer Aspire Go, now below $348, save $150. Or save $230 on the Core i5 Acer Aspire Go, now $668. Get in quick and grab a bargain on powerful Lenovo IdeaPad with 16GB RAM and 1TB storage, now $998 while stocks last. Harvey Norman, best brand, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Here we go. It's the Mitsubishi Motors factory clearance, and you're good to go with a $3,000 bonus on Trident models. Plus, score up to $2,000 in customer loyalty bonus. That's up to $5,000 off your driveway price, so you can go adventuring. All backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. You're good to go with Mitsubishi. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Cbus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Cbus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Go Harvey Norman for the hottest deals on the best brands in tech. Right now, up to 20% off Lenovo and Acer computers, like the Acer Aspire Go, now below $348, save $150. Or save $230 on the Core i5 Acer Aspire Go, now $668. Get in quick and grab a bargain on powerful Lenovo IdeaPad with 16GB RAM and 1TB storage, now $998 while stocks last. Harvey Norman, best brand, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M Rock Footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
9 points is the margin here at Optus Stadium. It's the Dockers leading the way, 5-5-35 to the Swans. 3-8-26 earlier today. Brisbane won by 19 over the Eagles, and North Melbourne defeated some team by 59 points. And in that game, Jack Darling celebrated game 300, and Mickey Roberts caught up with the King.
Jack Darling, 300 games, what a way to celebrate.
Absolutely, mate. Amazing last quarter. Pretty good all game, but that last quarter, the boys in the centre mounts really got it to forwards, and we've got to put the score on the board.
3 goals, the margin at 3/4 time. Yeah. Somehow you found some legs in a tight last quarter. The momentum and the confidence went out of kilt, but you found it.
Yes, like I said, the mids were amazing, and I've noticed over the summer how fit they are and how much power running they do. So hopefully in that last quarter, that's what goes over the line. And the boys' LDU was huge as well, getting the ball in.
You mentioned that clearances, especially at Marvel.
Yeah.
To actually get that is massive bonus.
Yeah, centre bounce. That's what every team wants. Field position, lock the ball in. Footy's not, not so hard. It's a pretty easy game. Get the ball in, let the forwards do the work.
I've got a stat here, big scores, so exciting. 2020, the last time North actually won a game by 10 goals against Adelaide. So we had to dive deep for the record books. It was a beauty.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, so that's a great team effort. But, I felt the forward line's gelling pretty well and everyone bobs up and put on great pressure. And I thought, the backs are really good and Charlie Compton took some big grabs.
Didn't he play well? Yeah. The other bloke that played really well was Christian Sherry. We gave him 3 votes on Triple M. To go against Max Gawn, and he's number 1. He actually rocked his castle. It was good performance.
Yeah, I think when I went in there as a second ruck, I ruffled him up a bit to give X a job out. X is great. We know what we get from him every week. He's such a strong man, and he was pretty tight at the end of the game. So he's done so well.
Massive smile on Al Clarkson's face. Been coaching for 20 years. To sit back and just let the game unravel in that last 15 minutes, it's pretty good for him as well.
Absolutely, mate. I don't think in AFL you don't really get much games like this where it was 8, 9, 10 goal margins. I haven't had that for a few years, but to be a part of it and just to I was able to enjoy the last sort of 5 minutes and got a bit emotional, first win in a big milestone game, and it meant a lot, and it meant a lot to everyone in this room. So and in the stands.
So there's a sprinkling of experience. Last question, sprinkling of experience, but you look around the room and they're just kids. This is the exciting thing, and we've seen the growth over the last couple of years, and it's actually starting to work.
It is. You don't want to get too carried away. Adam Simpson's always said it's never as good as it seems and it's never as bad as it seems. So I might need to take these guys down a few pegs and don't want to talk about it, but, we'll get on Adelaide pretty quickly, but we'll enjoy this tonight, celebrate the 300th and, go again next week.
What do you do for your 300? A couple of beers?
I've got quite a crew who flew over for it, so, we'll have a bit of a function now and, just enjoy a good win and build that chemistry.
I think there's only about 1% to get to 300, so a magnificent milestone. Congratulations, Jack.
Thank you very much. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, superb stuff. Jack Darling, 298 games for the West Coast Eagles, 2 for North Melbourne, celebrated game 300 X-Man. Gee, he spoke well, the great man.
I'm sure he did. Lock, I didn't have my headphones on, so I'll take your word for it, but it's one of those unusual ones where Jack's a champion of West Coast, and he's only been at North Melbourne for a minute, but well done, 300 games, and I managed to catch a couple of his goals there, so congratulations to him, and big win by North Melbourne too.
Yeah, that was very convincing. Don't you worry about that. This is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of every day. Sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today. Now, this score is 9 points at the moment. You felt like Sydney got on top of him in that second quarter, though.
Oh, absolutely. That last quarter we just witnessed, they certainly got on top. I didn't make the most of opportunities in the first quarter where Fremantle were on top, but I felt as though they probably could have snuck a goal or two there, Sydney, and margin 9 points at the moment, certainly reachable. Their good players are starting to get into it, Chad Warner and, of course, Heaney, etc. So I think we're in for a good second half. I mean, Fremantle do typically make it look pretty hard, 5 goals to 3 in the first half, but hopefully it opens up a little bit, but tell you what, if it continues on the path we saw in that second quarter, I reckon Sydney will be pretty confident with the direction the game's going in.
Embers, your thoughts on the game?
They're back in it.
Yeah, they are.
They sure are. So Fremantle certainly felt like they dominated a bit that first quarter, but you spoke about some of the misses that Sydney had in the first quarter. McLean Hayward missed a couple, Papley on the left here. So you kick those and you're back in it. But certainly the game changed a little bit, and it was on the back of Warner starting to get a couple of 1-2s, breaking the lines, and even when they have gone inside forward 50, they've missed a few opportunities too. We saw Heaney drop a mark. We saw Campbell drop a mark as well. So it's been an almost for Sydney. They haven't taken their chances, but they've definitely got themselves back in the contest. This is going to be a slog. It's going to be low scoring. And I think whichever team can really sort of, get their hands on the footy and make the most of these chances that they're getting, because both sides are getting looks at the moment, will certainly have a big advantage in this second half.
Chad Warner certainly lived up to all the hype. I mean, he's over here. I think he's going to stay for another few days because they've got a bye next week, Sydney. So there'll be some talks possibly between he and West Coast and Fremantle, but he's living up to the hype at the moment, isn't he? He had a great second term.
Oh, he did, Embers. He absolutely did, and he is a game winner. And there's not many game winners in the competition of midfielders. There's a lot of good midfielders, nice midfielders. Every team's got 2 or 3 nice midfielders. They don't all have game winners, and Chad Warner's certainly one of those.
And the heat he put on as well. Like, that tackle he put on Brayshaw, he's laid a couple of good tackles as well. So it's not just getting the footy and looking good forward half. He's doing the team things as well.
Absolutely. Halftime segment, Amy Clangers. When clangers happen, it's lucky you're with Amy.
My man, Big Pat Voss. That was some sort of quarter beastie.
Not bad, Tommy. Not bad. Not amazing.
Hit him between the eyes, Beastie.
Beast. Might be the best quarter he's ever played.
Yeah, well, 6 disposals, Tommy. It's pretty good.
6 for a key forward, Beast.
I must admit, Tommy, I did feel like I was watching Michael Voss out there for the first quarter. I thought you were on the money, but anyway.
He was very
Beastie's not in the box, so I can say that. And then when Beastie comes back in,
I'll pass it on, mate. Don't worry about it.
Jeez, Tom was wrong first quarter,
plenty to talk about, but it is Fremantle leading the way at half-time. 5:35 the Dockers. Sydney 3:8:26 for McDonald's and Reamont Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with a Specsavers hearing expert today.
For Reamont Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rock footy.
And it's the halftime break, and if you need a break from giving your mates that may be a little hard of hearing a play-by-play, send them to Specsavers.
That's right, I'm avoiding embers as we speak. The hearing experts at Specsavers Audiology can help you rediscover the joy of everyday sounds, and I guess you can count us in on that, Lockie.
Don't leave your teammates on the sideline. Get everyone back in the game with Specsavers Audiology. Book an appointment at specsavers.com.au/hearing.
Here we go.
It's the Mitsubishi Motors factory clearance, and you're good to go with a $3,000 bonus on Trident models. Plus, score up to $2,000 in customer loyalty bonus. That's up to $5,000 off your driveway price, so you can go adventuring. All backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. You're good to go with Mitsubishi. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Seabus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong, long-term returns for after the final whistle. Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Seabus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Go Harvey Norman for the hottest deals on the best brands in tech. Right now, up to 20% off Lenovo and Acer computers, like the Acer Aspire Go, now below $348, save $150. Or save $230 on the Core i5 Acer Aspire Go, now $668. Get in quick and grab a bargain on powerful Lenovo IdeaPad with 16 gig RAM and 1 terabyte storage, now $998 while stocks last. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Here we go.
It's the Mitsubishi Motors factory clearance, and you're good to go with a $3,000 bonus on Trident models. Plus, score up to $2,000 in customer loyalty bonus. That's up to $5,000 off your driveway price, so you can go adventuring. All backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. You're good to go with Mitsubishi. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M Rock Footy.
This quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
All right, it's a hot one over here in the west at Optus Stadium. Shade, though, is now nearly covering the whole ground. The Dockers lead the way by 9 points. They are already back out in their rooms on the ground doing their warm-ups. Of course, this is the halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. Specsavers Audiology, rediscover the joy of everyday sounds with the Specsavers hearing expert today. Now, good news for the Aussies in the Grand Prix over in China. Piastri, not far away from winning. Good luck to Oscar there.
Yeah, one lap to go, Tom, and he skipped clear. Lando Norris has put the foot on the brake, so he is home unless a crash.
Home and hosed. Now with the Triple M Red Z leading stats for the first half, here is Mark Cometti, the Beast.
Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, leading the way for Freo was O'Meara, 17, so he's picked up from where he left off last week. 17 for O'Driscoll with 3 clearances. Wagner, the 14. Brayshaw, 13 with 3. Sarong, 10 with a goal. Bolton in his debut so far, 8 disposals, 2 clearances for him, a couple of score involvements as well. Tracy had the 2 goals. Jackson and Voss both with singles. And for Sydney, leading the way was Lloyd with 18 disposals, 2 clearances. Jordan had 17 with 8 clearances. Papley, 14. Blakey, 13. Chad Warner, 12 with 3 clearances and a goal. He was very influential in that second term. Heaney had 12 disposals with 4 clearances. Laddams and Amati both with singles for Sydney as well. Sydney at plus 15 in marks, plus 11 in tackles, plus 9 in clearance, plus 1 in inside 50s by the end of that, dominating the second term. The Swans did give up 3 goals off turnovers, and that's the Triple M at Red Z lending stats for the half.
Thank you, Beastie. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can check into more. Get the lowest price guarantee when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Let's start with the game early today. Andrew Embley, your mob, the West Coast Eagles, they were good for a half and probably impressed a few people this morning.
They were better, weren't they? They kicked, I think, the first 5 of the game. Certainly started well. Baker went on ball. That was a little bit of a shift from last week, and he found a lot of it. Dewar kicked a couple in the first quarter, and they just showed a little bit of fight, which was really good. Unfortunately, they just ran out of puff there in the end. A couple of bigs started cramping, which was a little bit of a concern. Just got beaten up around the contest.
I didn't mind Jimby rucking, but not against Big O. I don't mind him being the second ruck to run around and get around the footy, but not when he's facing off with their number 1 ruckman, and the bigs just toppled, and by the end it was just a free-for-all in the ruck.
And then North Melbourne, Lock, got the better of your mob, Melbourne. What's happened there? Have you heard that Max gone?
What's happened to Max?
Well, Goody said there's more to football for Max Gawn, hinting there's something going on in Max Gawn's life behind the scenes.
Really?
I thought you'd have the knowledge.
No, I don't. No, I didn't know they played today, to be honest.
Mate, what's going on with Melbourne? I thought this year they were going to fall off the cliff. They're one that I look like I might have got slightly close to being right as opposed to most of the other ones, but I reckon they look pretty ordinary.
They looked ordinary today, but then they looked good last week against GWS. So hard to judge. I reckon we've got to wait 5, 6, 7 rounds to see.
When you're 0-7, you'll finally concede.
This would cheer you up. Our man Oscar Piastri has won.
He's won the Grand Prix.
Yes.
Wow.
Means nothing to Locke.
He's driven a car past the finish.
Well done to Oscar. Of course, this quarter for Triple M Titanium Caravans. Look for a luxurious, tough off-road caravan. Now, why don't you explore Australia like never before in a Titanium Caravan, where rugged durability meets premium comfort. Australian-made and 100% Australian-owned. Built for the toughest terrain with superior quality and ultimate luxury. Make your next caravan a Titanium Caravan. And the four-wheel drive and the camping show was on this weekend, Lock.
It was, yes.
And I reckon if you went down there, you would have been straight in.
Straight to the Titanium.
Why would you go anywhere else?
No, exactly.
I can see Embers with his 19 kids driving around WA in a Titanium Caravan.
I can see Embers by himself in the caravan, driving around the country.
Driving away from the kids.
See, kids, you might want to learn how to drive because Embers is going in this way.
Yes, get on your Titanium.
And the Dockers, though, got their way in the first quarter.
Embers batting way above too, by the way. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah,
way above.
4 goals to zip in the first term. But Fremantle have fought their
I
way.
think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah, true. Sydney have fought their way back. They trail by 9 points. Optus Stadium. Last game of the round here in round 2. Fremantle and Sydney, and here's Lockie Reed.
Good on you, Tommy. As we bounce the footy back in the middle, Johnson and Grundy go at it. Grundy got the tap. O'Meara sharked it nicely. Gave it off to Jackson. Out the front door they go. Brayshaw inside attacking 50. Tracy's coming for a fair way back. Mark's taken though by McCartan, who was in the middle of the pack. Landed on his tummy as McCartan has it.
It's not 15.
The left half back looks down this broadcast side. And he'll bring it to this broadcast side. It's a wobbler though. Johnson turned around and it just fell into his lap. Johnson for the Fremantle Dockers. So 9 points the margin. 35 seconds into this third term. Big game for both teams. Once again, McCartan will jump across the pack and take a really good mark. He looks so much more comfortable down there.
Well, I missed that on that occasion. Wasn't even watching the ball. And McCartan just chased it, plucked it.
Run comes from Wicks, kicks to the middle of the ground. Hayward couldn't mark. Oh, coming through at speed. Oh, look at him go. Oh, Papley. He's dropped it though at the crucial time. The Dockers have the numbers now, and Jordan Clark just swings one inside 50. Tracy punched away from him. Hands and knees down there is Jordan. He's been busy today. Kick smothered against Roberts. Brayshaw fires one out to our man, Sarong. And he snaps towards goal, and this is near side. 5-6. 36 for the Dockers. The Swans 3-8-26. 10-point margin, 90 seconds gone in the third term. Triple and Titanium Caravan scoreboards. They off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravan.com.au.
So the Swans will work it out of their defensive half. Hold the play on is Lloyd. Brings it to this broadcast wing once again with a tall timber stand. McLean's there. Jordan as well, stripped out of his hands. Draper, the sub, onto the ground. Kicks inside attacking 50. Gitt is there and took a really strong mark one-on-one. Tracy's 20 metres out.
That was really good there by Tracy because, again, that entry wasn't to his advantage, but just his ability to be able to push McCartan under the footy and then just get back on it really well. Take a good grab, and he's lining up for number 3. He's a star, this kid. Fremantle really need him up and going.
They certainly do. 45 goals last year. Didn't finish the season because he got injured. Crucial player in this Dockers team. And he's got 3. Handy start for Fremantle. They're 6-6-42. And they lead the way over Sydney, who are 3-8-26. Tracy again on the Harvey Norman, taking a really good, strong mark, just like Xavier Ellis off half-back back in 2008.
Yeah, exactly like that, Locke. No, I think that's the recipe for Fremantle, isn't it? I mean, they can throw different players out of full forward just to try and do the right thing, but get out of the way and let Tracy go one-on-one. No one in defence for Sydney is going to beat Tracy in a marking contest. At a minimum, it's going to come to ground. I think he's the one that just needs to be the focal point now. You've tried everything for the first half. He's kicked up, you score. I reckon that's the answer.
There's 6 goals now for Fremantle. They lead by 16 points. Kicked 4 in the first quarter. So McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Nice little set play from Jackson, who wanted Bolton, couldn't gather, but tapped it to the advantage of O'Meara, who kicks to half forward. Tapped forward by Brayshaw, then lays a tackle nicely. And the ball going nowhere down there on Lloyd, and we'll throw it up 55 metres out from the Dockers goal.
The tap to the hands of Johnson, caught in a tackle. Jordan there for Sydney. Falls him in.
Jago O'Meara's done a wonderful job today. He's playing on ball. He's not tagging Isaac Heaney, but going to him at every stoppage.
And getting a bit of a footy himself as he lays a high tackle on this occasion. So the free will go Sydney's way.
As he did last week too, Locke, and I reckon he's one of the players that this year going to the start of the season, if it's a quiet start to the year, he would have been in the waffle, and then God knows where that'll end. So he's certainly jumped out of the blocks well this season.
There's the high man for Freo right now with 19, and he was a high man last week with 31.
There you go.
It's interesting though, he's the last 2 games he's been on ball. With the last 2 years he's been on the wing or half forward, so he's certainly playing a position he knows really well.
So Lloyd kicks to the middle of the ground. Warner will take the mark on the logos. 6-6-42 plays 3-8-26. Warner told to play on. Amira
Don't hold.
stands the mark and he kicks long inside attacking 50. Amadi comes in. Papley sharked it. The kick won't make the distance. He'll follow it up. Did he kick it? No. He missed it. A swing and a miss from Paps.
the Pats.
Rush through from Ida score. 3-9-27 plays 6-6-42. Papley looked fantastic, and then the big one.
Oh, what a bounce.
Missed it on the Harvey Norman.
Murphy Reid just learned a lesson. He was on Papley, and Papley went straight through that contest at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Kicks the middle of the ground. Grundy in best position, strong. In front of Jackson. Put that knock in the first half. He's okay. Good to see. Now Grundy. Socks pulled up. Just kicks inside 50. Punched away down there from Heaney. Out the back is Pearce. Has to be good here, Pearce. Almost shoved off the footy by Florent. But he kept his feet, Pearce. Picked up the footy. Hand pass to Sharp. He just shoved it out. Now the kick's been intercepted. Out on the wing here for Sydney, and they can come inboard. And the mark's been taken by Blakey.
Blakey kicks inside attacking 50 again. It's going in, but it's coming back out. Pearce under pressure gets the hand pass away. Ryan to Johnson. He can run and carry. Decides to kick though out wide. Amos takes a good mark. Right half back gets on his left. That's a dangerous kick. It'll be turned over. No, it comes back into the hands of Amos. After coming off the boot of a Sydney player, he gathers it and he was caught in a tackle and will ball it up. A little approaching Sydney's half forward line. Left half forward. 6-6-42. The Dockers 3-9-27 Sydney.
So Jackson and Grundy again. Jackson tapped it and then roved it. Hand pass wasn't great. Brayshaw had to go get it. That was much better. To O'Meara, to Johnson. Oh, it's been cut off though. And Rowbottom kicks inside 50. Pearce in best position. Couldn't take the mark. Draper comes in to help him. Wrapped up by McLean. Ball comes free. And McLean roves it. And the big 1-2 combo. Big tackle. And then McLean kicks the snag.
Put him to full back.
You don't expect to see that from the big fellas. The pressure on the ground to be able to lay a really good tackle. We'll see that on the Harvey Norman replay shortly. But then he gets up and he has the agility like a small little fella to be able to get back on the feet. Have a look at that. Wonderful tackle and then awareness. Get back up and kick the goal. He's inspired his team.
Also had a teammate in the goal square by himself too, so the big fella needed to kick that.
4-9.
Gee, that was good play though, Embers, wasn't it? Really good play.
4-9-33 the Swans. The Fremantle Dockers still lead the way. 6-6-42, 9-point lead. 8 gone, third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
I always find that funny. He's gone absolutely nuts after the goal. He's high-fived 17 teammates and now he's getting the calf rub.
9 points that margin again, so we'll ball it up in the middle.
Let the big man cook, Lock. Let the big man cook.
Xavier Ellis and Andrew Embley for Seabus Super, making hard work pay off since 1984. There we go again. Laddams put his body in the way of Jackson, but it'll be a high one on Laddams, so it'll be against Jackson. He tried to get in. There was good body work from Laddams in the end.
Could have almost been a block.
Yeah.
These free, the ruck free crits. Oh, coach killers. But, you know, could have been Jackson's. Instead, Laddams gets it.
Play on.
And he's got a man running past, so Blakey will gather and then kick inside, attacking 50 again. Hayward on the lead. The seas parted and Hayward came through, took a really good mark, jumping high on the chest. And a chance to trim this margin. Hasn't been this close for quite some time.
Needs to go back and kick this too, Hayward. He missed 2 shots in the first quarter from this end. You'd be thinking about that.
Great one, Lizard.
Oh, wonderful. Just that little wrap around and he hits it so well. They just got to make the most of this now because the Swans, they are coming right now.
They certainly are. This will put the heat on the home team if he can kick it. And he has. It was a little nerve-wracking, but it got through. And that margin's just 3 points now. 5-9-39 is Sydney score. 6-6-42. The Fremantle Dockers nearly 10 gone. And of course, Macca's looking after us. The new AFL Happy Meal is here with 18 unique bag clips to collect. Available 10:30am to midnight while stocks last for a limited time only.
You love seeing that too, Emmers, don't you? Laddam's got the free kick. Didn't think about anything else other than giving it to someone who can kick it beautifully. And the Lizard charge pass. That ball was 10 metres off the ground the entire way.
Yeah.
It travelled 55, 60 metres. What a bullet. Just cleared that initial congestion of Clark, who thought he read it beautifully, but went over his head. Swannies are alive.
Xavier Siba, super special comments. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Jackson won that tap. He wanted Sarong. It bobbles out to Jackson, who then tries to find O'Meara, who ran past the footy. The speed Florent. Tempted away for him by Erasmus. Jackson by hand to Wagner. Inside 50. Dangerous footy. Ball lands in the hands of Frederick. Check side from Freddie. Misses to the right-hand side. No left foot for Frederick. He's through for one behind. 6-7-43 the Dockers. The Swans 5-9-39. 4-point margin. 11 gone third term.
Eddie Brayshaw, interestingly enough, is playing a lot off half forward today. Notice he hasn't been in too many centre bounces this quarter.
The 15 disposals for Andy too. So a bit quiet by his lofty standard.
I find that a bit surprising that James Jordan is going to Caleb Sarong and you got Brayshaw coming off half forward.
I like the big players in there, mate, to be honest with you. I know Sarong kicked one out of full forward when Blakey dropped off him in the first quarter. Second quarter, sorry. I just like the big dogs being in there, especially when the whips are cracking. Is what 4 points in it. Get them in there.
So the ball's left half forward for the Fremantle Dockers. Here is Brayshaw, the man you were talking about, trying to grab hold of it. Handling up against him. Well done, Brayshaw, though. Got it out towards Sharp. Long hand pass to the run of Banfield. On his left, can kick it inside, attacking. 50! Cross was out on the lead. Rowbottom did really well, and then he kicked it. Now, that's just a bad kick, but the Swans should get there before the boundary line. They'll keep it in play. Well played in the end, although the bounce was a little awkward for Campbell. Now it's with Wagner to O'Driscoll. Inside 50. Here comes Dick through the hands again. McCartan gathers for the 1-2 action defensively.
And Sydney have numbers out wide. They can get it and go out here. One bounce for Warner of the Corey kind. Kicks to half forward. Wants to Marty. Over the back, Luke Lyons. Save today for Fremantle.
Did really well there, Ryan. He was on Haywood, but he just came across left Haywood, took the intercept mark. Terrific stuff.
And goes to Cox, then to O'Meara at half back.
Just looking at Eddie Brayshaw, virtually centre half forward now. At the moment, it's him and Banfield who are meant to come up with the football here, and that's certainly not going to happen.
I think Brayshaw's strength is his running X to try and get away from players, but centre half forward, like X said, and the Dockers have the ball in the middle of the ground. With O'Meara, he's going to go short, and he finds Erasmus.
Erasmus has it, wing position. He looks and plays on. He kicks it low inside 50. Brayshaw was there, couldn't trap it. Freddie being held onto it, tried to hand it back to Brayshaw. Now Rowbottom under pressure. So too is Hamlin, gives it off to McCartan. Well played, shrugged off the tackle. Campbell, little dummy, then runs the other way. The kick along the line, superb. Haywood's taken the mark. That was brilliant.
He's got that nice, beautiful left leg. They're going to try and find a way to get Campbell to find the footy 20 times a game, 18 to 20 times a game.
Kick along the line to Grundy. Up against three. Cox came in from the side, but he takes a really good mark. It's still 4 points the margin. Dockers lead it.
Kicks to Erasmus by hand. Sloppy hand pass.
Oh, handball. Horrible handball.
Tough for O'Driscoll, but Clark's going to make it look okay. Kicks to Big Dick. Like a steam train. Comes pushing out from full forward and marks 40 metres out.
I love that about Tracy today, and really since he started his career, he wants to get up at the footy. He loves really hard. It might be one for Jai Amos just to have a little look at, because Jai Amos is the kind of forward. He wants the ball over the back. You present up and you hit up and you get in the face of the kicker. And that's what he's doing at the moment. That's why he's lining up for his fourth.
For his first season, Jai Amos actually almost forgot he was playing. Dick Tracy's taken over. Handy foursome. The Dick. 7-7-49. The Dockers lead the way of the Sydney 5-9-39. The margin 10 points. Bit of a shootout in the third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-road for longer. With a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravan.com.au.
Not many teams, Embers, have a forward with the presence of Tracy, 4 goals today. We've mentioned it at half time. I think he's the most important player at Fremantle. We're heading back to the goal scorer as we speak. But he just attracts the football. He's like a magnet. And some really, really good forwards, they have that ability that you just know where they are. And on that occasion, Sydney defenders, you're trying to keep up with him, but he just works and works and works. And eventually on his 3rd, 4th, 5th lead, that opportunity pops up and he's kicked 4 of 7, and it could easily be more.
He's been the difference, and Dean Cox has had to make the change now. So McCartan is off, and Hamling has gone to Josh Tracy.
Down to the footy in the middle again. Fremantle back to a 10-point lead. Laddams gets it, hand pass out. Rowbottom under pressure, has to go backwards. Wicks to Heaney, back to Wicks. A little bit of holding advantage rule. No, we're going to bring it back. So Heaney will take the free kick at centre-half back. Who does Tracy remind you of, X, if you had to pick a player of the past? Have a think about it.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Okay. Give you 30 seconds. As Heaney will kick up towards half forwards. From behind, it's McLean. But there's going to be a holding, so Cox will take that free at left half back.
Oh, it's an easy one, being a Fremantle, but there's a bit of Pavlich about the way he comes at the football.
Yep. A little bit more probably aggressive. But,
more aggressive, but you still knew where Pav was at all times on the ground. It's that presence that you get up the ground. You know, this ball is a get-out-jar long kick down the line here. He'll hit this contest at full speed.
So Sharp just reels away, kicks to half forward. Jackson tried to make his way to the front of the pack. So Murphy Reid just took it nicely. Finds Sarong. He passes out to space. Reid. Murphy taps towards Erasmus, who picks it up by hands. Wants Jackson at half forward. Gives it off nicely. They have the numbers here, Freo. They go back a bit to Cox. Now to Draper. Set him a task. Draper runs around, kicks a flower bag inside 50. Murphy Reid spins, gives it off to Chapman, who fires from 45 and tugs it.
Who are you thinking, Locke?
I was thinking Warren Treadray.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Bit of presence about him.
Jack Darling about him in the early days with the way they get up at the footy. Just hard, strong, tough.
Kick along the line. Papley couldn't take the mark, but gathered the footy. Plays on quickly. He's been very good. Short pass is very good.
Marty out the back if they take that long option.
Henley slows it down a touch, goes out wide. So all the momentum has just slowed a touch for Sydney. It's been fast and furious. 17 minutes in this 3rd term, and it's still 10 points to Dockers. The kick now inside attacking 50. McLean has 2 or 3 to beat. The fist to ground, Erasmus there, then caught in a tackle. He might be in a little bit of trouble there, Erasmus. He's in a lot of trouble. The big man, McLean, brought him down, and a chance to kick another goal and add to his tally this afternoon.
It's lucky he didn't do a knee or something then, Embers, too. Erasmus, he got his legs stuck under there, and he got rotated over the top, but big tackle.
So what Erasmus needed to do was just hold the ball in, because as soon as he got the footy in hand, he was tackled. So it would have been a holding the ball, but what, as you said, he thought he buckled his knee, then tried to handball it, and because he coughed it up, the umpire said incorrect disposal, and that's the reason why we're getting a shot on goal from the Swans.
Your man, Embers, your man.
Yes.
The big fella. He's kicked a goal this quarter. Needs to kick his seconds, and he has. They're sticking around the Swannies, and it's going to go all the way to the finish. 6:9:45 to 7:7:49. 18 minutes have ticked over in this 3rd term. Here's Andrew Embley and Xavier Ellis.
Yeah, a couple to McLean right now, and just starting to get a bit of momentum through the middle off the ground, and they're taking their chances right now. This is it's a low-scoring game, but just have a look again on the Harvey Norman replay. Really good tackle by McLean. That's 2 really good tackles that he's laid in this quarter, and both of those tackles have resulted in goals to himself. So he gets the lick as well.
And Coxie happy on the Harvey Norman. Big Dino. Fist pump.
Second goal from McLean too, as Embers said. And it happens at a good time. Freo were getting on top of the entries, 10-6 now. They're leading them in the inside 50s this term. And the Swannies become the first and multiple score on the eastern end of the ground. Before that, all the goals scored on the western end, on the Red Zeds.
Thank you, Mark Petty, the base. McDonald's, Bream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks, footy. Heaney with the clearance to half forward. Jordan Clark with courage, goes back. Dropped the mark, though. Taken down there by Hanley from Sydney.
Not our man again, is it, tackling?
Just watching Shea Bolton at the moment, he's clearly underdone, just hasn't got that spark. He's playing inside forward 50. He's come up to a couple of centre bounces, but just Fremantle need a little bit more from him right now.
It was Embers man McLean. You got a tackle and then a hit out. Now Sydney go forward again. Oh, here's Papley. This is bread and butter for the Pap. And this is the left-hand side. Looked dangerous, Papley. Probably missed 2 or 3 Embers he should have kicked.
He has a couple. Yeah, Chapman's gone to him all day, and he's worked up the ground really well. Paps just hasn't finished off his hard work.
3-point leads the Dockers. 20 gone in the third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
So Ryan will kick to the middle of the ground. Jackson's the target. There's a lot of holding on, and it'll go Hamlin's way. It's against Jackson.
Stand.
We'll get some Red Zeds for some of the key players in a moment. Red Z lending loans for the self-employed. REDZED.com. Kick inside attacking 50. Pierce was there. Under pressure though. Hayward hovering. The tap out's good. Towards Sharp for Fremantle. Spins and hand passes towards Draper. He's got a bit of a wrestle to contain. Well done, Papley. Frees up his hands and then gets the hand pass away. Now with Campbell, he's swamped by 3. It'll end up okay. Warner, 55 out for Warner, kicks towards goal. And he's missed it to the right-hand side. That would have absolutely caused mayhem. Coxie's up there, he's riding every kick and bump. It's 6-11-47 to 7-7-49. It's the Dockers by 2.
Oh, Papley give him a big spray too, a big cook. He's had to lower the eyes there. Pat was on, short hit up, and Warner just blazed away, missed.
Is Coxie an angry man? And would he spray the teammates, that kind of coach?
No, he's pretty controlled, but zipping too, he's probably starting to feel the frustration a little bit.
And they're all lunatics, don't worry about
Florent has a bounce, gets to 50. This will make him happy if Florent can kick this.
Oh.
This is the left-hand side. They are peppering the goal, the Swans. 6-12-48, 1-point game. 22 gone.
Bad opportunities, haven't they?
Yeah.
6 goals, 12. They're coming. They're just not taking their chances right now.
Sometimes when this happens, they go down the other end and kick a goal.
But they're pinging a lot from 50. Like, it's time to lower the eyes, I reckon. They are lining up and having these shots from 50 where we've seen some forwards open.
Here's the chance here for Fremantle. Voss to Banfield, to Jackson, on the run to Murphy-Reid. Chip inside 50, the lead comes. Here he is again, Tracy. He's already kicked 4. And he's looking for a career high, equal career high of 5.
Yeah, this will really hurt. A bit of run and carry, and geez, young Reid, he's a star. He could have blazed away, but again, he just came up. And he hit up and he took a mark, and now Big Dick, as he said, for number 5. This will be brilliant.
He's on the angle. We're right behind it. 40 out. Tracy kicks. And he's missed to the right-hand sides. That was right off the side of his boots. Don't want to see that on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Go Harvey Norman. Samsung 2024 TV run out. On now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman Samsung 2024 TV run out. Best prices guaranteed.
The Swans get it to the wing and then kick up towards half 4. Here he is, the Pap.
2v1 inside 50.
The Trash Panda kicks inside 50. Beautiful pass from the Pap. And it's been marked by the youngster. Could be his replacement up forward. I think it's Tom Hanley.
Just need to get their nose in front, Sydney. They've been chasing all day. Papley just experienced, just protected the space. Beautiful mark. And just managed to give himself a second or two just to really evaluate what was going on inside 50. Found the spare. Need this. Coxie nervous in the box.
Rubbing his hands together like Aladdin, trying to rub the magic lamp. There's Hanley. Oh, nice. Here they come, the Swannies. The goal set up beautifully by Papley with great vision. Now they hit the front, 7-12-54. The Dockers, 7-8-50, 24 gone in the third term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Our choice hotels around the grounds. Of course, wins earlier today to Brisbane and North Melbourne.
Gee, that was glorious play by Papley. He couldn't do much more than that. He's the one at the moment when it goes inside 50. Him and your mate McLean. Pressure. He doesn't do anything half-rat power either, does he?
No, they've started really, really well. Even since quarter time when Fremantle were on top, the momentum has changed and Sydney haven't taken their chances, but they are now. This game has flipped right now. Sydney are certainly playing the better football.
Yeah, they're surging at the moment. 7 of the last 8 inside 50s now to the Swans on the Red Zone Learning stats.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. We've got a game on our hands. 4 points now, Sydney's lead. Dockers have led pretty much from the 10-minute mark of the first term. They've controlled the game up until now. How will they respond? That is the question. Little over 3 remaining in this third term. The tap. Jackson got it from Grundy. A little fumble from Heaney, unusual. Now to Sarong, received it from O'Meara. Kicks inside, attacking 50, waiting for his Hanley. Well, he got a little nervous and got the fumbles about him. Murphy Reid there. Hand passes to Bolton. Little sidestep. Chip inside 50. Banfield on the end of it. And Banfield will go back to kick. It'll suit the left foot.
Little fumble, as you said, locked in the middle of the ground from Heaney, and it just cost them because that's a kick inside forward 50. Field position for the Swans, and in the end it goes down the other way. Bolton just got to get the ball in his hands because when he's got it, he makes really good decisions, like the one just then to find Banfield.
So Banfield from 45, slightish angle for the Scotch boy. Kicks towards goal. Hear the roar. Dockers take back the leads. 26 gone in the third term.
They've given up on Coldplay by the sounds.
8:56, yes, given up completely, X-Man.
Who's this person, Tommy?
7:12:54.
Let's just go with David Gannon.
That'll do. Caitlin Bassett on the boundary. You might know who this artist is.
Unfortunately, I think I'm too old to know who it is as well, fellas. So I'm just keeping an eye on Brennan Cox as he's running back onto the ground now. He's come off twice during this quarter and got attention to both of his quads, but obviously Dockers no longer have the luxury of a sub, so keep an eye on him during this next quarter.
Good on you, Seabass. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy free, get one free, plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo, and also Pirelli, or Kumo. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T&Cs apply.
Don't want too many goals to Dockers. I thought I was back at Revolver then.
Got your wish, X. Brayshaw's gone in the middle. The Swans, though, won the clearance, marked by Jordan Clark at half-back. I think you could have a deep dive to the stats of Brayshaw and Sarong. They haven't touched it much since quarter time.
Outside forward.
Dockers have the ball at half-back. Slowing things down, the Swans have plenty of numbers. They go short.
Outside play on.
Taken by Johnson. Wants a cutting board. Looking for someone to kick it to. Instead, just bombs it high. Inside 50. Voss comes up. Couldn't mark. Taken by Amos. Hand pass to O'Driscoll. Florence got him. He missed his boot. And the free kick's going to go Sydney's way. Advantage paid.
Grundy has it. He'll kick it out wide. The heat up in this game now. Warner just slows things down. Time ticking away, about a minute and a half to go. As they've got one little chance here to steal back the lead with a precise kick, and it was exactly that. Heaney's taken the mark. Just forward of the centre position. Heaney, a lot of numbers back for Fremantle. Late in the quarter, Heaney plays on, gets on his left, kicks inside, attacking 50. Amati just couldn't get there in time. Went with the one hand as well, X-Man. I think that's why you groaned. O'Driscoll gathers, kicks it out wide. Plenty of numbers. Banfield quickly passes it on to Sharp. Kicks it further afield to Johnson. Fremantle full of run now. He'll play on quickly. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Standing on his own is Voss. And Voss takes a chest mark. Frederick calls for it. Vossi says, no, leave it to me. Leave it to me in all my 7 games of experience.
A man that went about 2 goals 38 last year. He's turned his back on everyone. He's going to have a shot, not quite on the side.
I've got it under control.
Tommy's ball.
Wow.
Looks a bit like Tex Walker. Big ears on Vossi.
I'll be lucky. Can't Vossi.
So from 48. Tight to the boundary. Vossi kicks. And he says everything. Yeah.
I reckon I'd just tell him at 3/4 time, maybe we don't turn our back from 50 again.
Yeah.
That's the second time he did it. He started the first 2 minutes of the game, didn't he?
The only thing is, it won't go down as a behind. The record stays.
That's right. That's very true. 8:56, phase 7, 12:54. It's the Dockers leading by 2.
Baker's being told to hurry up, and the fans saw him drop the ball against the behind post. Give it a second chance and just toe pokes that one about 60 metres out from defence. McLean got up high, couldn't mark it. And with a ripping fourth quarter coming your way, the Fremantle Dockers lead the way, 8-8-56, but the Swans are coming 7-12-54. From McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the titanium caravans stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
the new AFL Happy Meal is here with 18 unique bag clips to collect. Available 10:30am to midnight while stocks last for a limited time only.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Seabus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Seabus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Go Harvey Norman for the hottest deals on the best brands in tech. Right now, up to 20% off Lenovo and Acer computers, like the Acer Aspire Go, now below $348, save $150. Or save $230 on the Core i5 Acer Aspire Go, now $668. Get in quick and grab a bargain on powerful Lenovo IdeaPad with 16 gig RAM and 1 terabyte storage, now $998 while stocks last. Harvey Norman, best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Here we go. It's the Mitsubishi Motors factory clearance, and you're good to go with a $3,000 bonus on Trident models. Plus, score up to $2,000 in customer loyalty bonus. That's up to $5,000 off your driveway price, so you can go adventuring. All backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. You're good to go with Mitsubishi. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
She thought it was true love. He looked at her. Handsome. Nice watch. Then he just started firing questions. How much do you earn? What are your assets? Why do you need my money? It was then she realised he was a bank and would never understand her business. Red Z knows when you need a loan, you need someone that understands the self-employed. With love from Red Z. Speak to your broker or visit redz.com. Red Z. Backing those who back themselves. Australian credit licence 311128.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Now, it's finally time to put your feet up and watch your team work hard to bring home the win. Seabus Super is on your team too, working hard to provide strong long-term returns for after the final whistle. Seabus Super, making hard work pay off. Read the PDS and TND to decide if Seabus is right for you. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Pocket even more savings at Bob Jane T-Marts. We've got Bridgestone free, Yokohama free, Kumo free. How? Simply buy 3 and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $150 instant cashback on selected Pirelli and Bridgestone tyres. Plus receive an e-gift card up to $150 when you buy 4 selected BF Goodrich tyres. Give us a call or shop online today. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
It's been a beauty, don't you worry about that. We've got 1 quarter to play and it's the Dockers leading by 2. They're 8-8-56. Sydney 7-12-54. A thriller coming your way on Triple M. And of course, the Beast always is thrilling. He's up and about. He's excited. He's got his red Zeds for us.
Thanks, Lockie. Leading the way for Freo is Amira with 24 and 4 clearances, so he's still going strong. O'Driscoll 21 and 3. Ryan 18. Pretty quiet for Brayshaw, 16, and even quieter for Caleb Sarong, 13 disposals for him. Just 60% disposal efficiency too. Tracy has the 4 goals and kept them going in that third term. And for the Swannies, leading the way is Lloyd with 21. Jordan has 20 with 9 clearances. Papley, Roberts and Blakely all with 18 disposals each. McLean has the 2, and the stats are pretty even in that third term. So nothing really to report on that front, Lock, on the Triple M Red Z Lending stats.
Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com, and doing a terrific job down on the boundary. Caitlin Bassett.
Well, I was keeping a quick look at what both teams are doing. They stayed out on the field this time. Dockers didn't go into the change rooms. But what was happening in the Swans camp was Coach Dean Cox came straight out. He went over to Angus Sheldrick, who is the sub for the Swans, and had a bit of a chat to him. I couldn't lip read, but it might have been, hey, we're going to put you out there soon. Or it could have been, hey, we're not going to use you today. Wouldn't surprise me if they did put him on as a tactical sub just to give them a bit of the edge in this last quarter, some fresh legs.
It's all about timing, Seabass. Well done to you for Bob Jones T-Marts. Bob Jones T-Marts get buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo and Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T&Cs apply. Gents, everything on the line. Swans could start zipping 3, and that's their worst start since 2017, or Fremantle zipping 2, and all of a sudden a lot of talk during the week about Dockers and Fremantle.
That's right. It's certainly been low scoring. Both sides just desperate to win, desperate to kick their season off. We saw Fremantle start the game really well, and now the momentum has swung. Sydney are on top. Tracy's certainly been probably one of the best players on the ground with his 4 goals. Probably should have had 5. Missed one late in that third quarter. They need a few more options inside forward 50 at the moment, Fremantle. But they really need to start getting their hands on the football, because we've seen it's been Warner, it's been Heaney starting to get a little bit of a through the midfield.
Just quickly, Beastie, again, what were James Jordan's clearance numbers? He's been exceptional today around that congestion.
9, but 8 of them coming in the first half. X.
9 clearances. Yeah.
So in those halftime stats, there were 8 clearances.
Yeah. Big game for the Dockers. They've got, Beast, they've got West Coast next, then the Western Bulldogs, and then Richmond. And Sydney have the bye, then North Melbourne and Collingwood. Of course, 8-minute quarters here, so it seems to be going a long time.
This is how you get the crowd singing, Tommy. So you make it obvious when you want them to say Freo. Yeah.
I'm with you. One word.
It has one lyric, this song. Make it relatively effective. What do you reckon, X?
Freo, I missed it.
Yeah, you're close, though.
It's a work on progress. Right. X, can we get the word on the screen with the bouncing ball?
I just need the word to flash up.
There's an echo, too.
Are you a karaoke man, X?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it. What's your go-to?
Mr. Big, To Be With You.
Oh, good song.
Yeah.
Very good song.
What about you, Beastie?
I don't know. I'd probably go rap.
A rap? You do a rap?
Yeah, I probably would in karaoke.
What's your favourite rap? 50 Cent?
Maybe Superman, Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I like Eminem too.
Yeah, no, 50 Cent is my favourite rapper, though, of all time. Good work.
Yeah. Redford Lending stats there for the Beastie. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M, Rocks Footy, big quarter for both teams. And the Dockers get it away nicely. Out the front comes Jackson. Absolutely awful kick. Couldn't have kicked it. More to Wicks, but he couldn't pick it up. Oh, Bolton took it off and then got his head ripped off. Umpire says he took too much time, though. It's going to be a free kick to the Swans, and they slow things down and go out wide.
Come out the front door a lot today from these centre bounces, the Fremantle Dockers. Sydney just got to make sure that they hold their structure, because they butcher the ball going inside, but geez, you don't want to allow this too many times.
I reckon if we had our time again, I reckon Jackson just blocks for Brayshaw and lets him run in and have a slot.
Or maybe have a crack at the goals as
One
well.
or the other, yeah.
He did too cute, didn't he? So, Dogger, Jackson's taking the mark on the wing. He redeemed himself under a minute gone in this final term.
A couple of Demon Premiership players out there today, look.
Yes, there is. As the kick goes inside, attacking 50. The fist was from McCartan, handling on hands and knees, hand passes it straight to O'Meara, comes loose to Tracy, now to Bolton, tight to the boundary. The left footer was spearing towards Brayshaw. Rowbottom's there, did really well, gave it off to Warner, and a long kick to the middle of the ground.
Looks like a almost reverse talk. Free kick, I reckon, is going to go to Draper here off the footy.
Yeah, it's against Heaney in a one-on-one contest, and Draper held his ground. Heaney ragdolled him to the ground, umpire saw it.
They had numbers there in Sydney too. They had an extra. Would have been interesting if that was play on.
Heaney's the kind of guy that can put in a big quarter here for the Swans. The Dockers, though, now have the ball on the far side on the wing to Brennan Cox. He's going to kick it up inside 50 and hope for the best. Why wouldn't you kick it near Big Dick? He's on fire. He's marked at 60 out from goal, though. Won't have the journey. So it kicks to the top of the square. Going up high, Bolton. Got hand to it. And then after a boot of Murphy Reid, that could be out of bounds on the full.
It's out the full, isn't it?
I think it is.
So. Umpire's just having a chat.
It's the afro man.
Being touched. They're going to throw it in. Very handy mullet down there from the boundary umpire. So we'll throw it in right near the behind post. The Dockers by 2 points.
Dangerous area here for Sydney. Jackson, two-hander. Down it goes. Quick kick away from Jordan. It's a high one to the top of the 50. No one can take the mark, but there'll be a free kick. And dragging the arm, so Erasmus will get the free right in front. It goes against Papley.
Well done, Neil Erasmus. He stood his ground. It was a high ball, and he never took his eyes off it. Showed good courage. And now this becomes really important too.
That's your line. Stand.
So he's right in front, Neil Erasmus. Gets a chance. Just played the 4 games last year. Struggling to stay in this 23 from 48 metres. Kicks towards goal. And he's missed to the right-hand side. What is it about Neil Erasmus? What's he lacking at the moment? Is it just experience? Or?
I think he's good at most things. I wouldn't say he's great at anything, and I don't think that's why he doesn't stand out. The Sydney are charging forward here.
So Blakey's kick just sets him up. Half forward Jordan. Waits for the overlap run. Now gets it through Campbell. Normally uses the footy well. And that's awful. Been marked by Pearce in the square.
Should have kept going. He could have got to about 45 and had a ping. That's probably the better option. Instead, kicked it to a nest of Dockers.
Goes short to Jordan Clark, who there's a couple to choose from. This one's O'Driscoll. He's been good, mate. A strong start to the season, O'Driscoll. Playing a bit more inside than wing this year. He goes short, finds Wagner at centre-half back.
Wagner spreads it out wide to Cox. And Cox will chip it over the top. Good lead from O'Meara. We'll get his Reds heads in a moment, Beastie, because he's had a really big afternoon. Goes short again.
26 for O'Meara now. Lock.
Coming off 31, as you said, in his first game. This is Ryan. He'll kick up towards the half-forward line. Rampy just ran and jumped and had no impact at all. Well done, Tracy. Gave it over to Reid. Reid from 35 across the face of goal. Missed it to the left-hand side.
That would have brought the house down if young Reid could have done what he did in the third quarter last week.
So another minor score. It's now 8-10-58 the Dockers, 7-12-54 the Swans, and that is on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboards.
Lloyd goes short. The Rampy, the veteran, has it. And kicks to a dangerous spot on the edge of the square. Here's O'Meara, gathers. Pressure came from Heaney. Campbell lends a hand. And he's tackled and dropped the footy, so free kick to go Freo's way. Sarong, who's gone missing for the last kind of 30 or 40 minutes. Oh, that could be the worst kick he's ever done. Turned over to Heaney. The half forward to Amadi. Amadi only has Papley forward, so he's just got to slow it down and wait for numbers.
Kicking efficiency for Sarong today, 17%.
That's great. Career worst. Goes short to Roberts.
It's almost like he's had an injection in his leg and he can't feel it. Because remember that tennis player who had that jab, he couldn't walk? That's what that was like. They went 6 metres.
I'll be watching Warner here for a run around, bit of candy or something.
Clean.
Just pumps it from 70 from Warner. He made the distance, but just dragged the bits to the left. Goes through from one behind.
There's been a lot of that, Tommy. Shots from outside 50. They're kicking at the moment. 7 goals, 13. As we watch on the Harvey Norm, Caleb Sarong has stubbed his toe and has gone 6 metres. But eventually you can't keep potting them from 55. And we've seen McLean and those guys lay some pretty aggressive tackles in that forward 50 and create goals. I think we put away the 60-metre bombs.
Thoughts of Xavier Ellis, the kick-out mark by Amos. Gives it off by hand to Brayshaw, draws the play, hands it off to Erasmus, has to slow and get on his left, slow down and get on his left, kicks it along the line. Tracy had it just tapped out of his hands. Well done, Rowbottom. Now Lloyd. Back to McCartney's under pressure. In fact, they did all right in the end. Now it's with Grundy still on the wing position. 3 points is Fremantle's lead. McDonald's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. Grundy told to play on. Just has to load it up now. Kicks towards the boundary. Amati's there. It's going to go over his head. Clark touched it. And it goes over the line. We'll throw it back into play. About 70 around from Sydney's goal there. Trailing at the moment. They're 7-13-55. The Dockers 8-10-58.
Brayshaw up to 18 disposals now. He's operating at 100% efficiency, but he needs to get going too. Not impactful, you would say, on the Red Zeds.
Boundary throw-in at half forward. Driscoll takes it across the line. Of course, we saw that Sarong kicking the grass there. The Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Go Harvey Norman Samsung 2024 TV run out on now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman Samsung 2024 TV run out. Best prices guaranteed.
Ball thrown back into play. Well done, Tommy. Looking after all the important stuff. Papley with the fend off, kicks inside attacking 50, bounces awkwardly, trying to keep it in play. The Swans, McLean had to go and lay the tackle. Clark's there to pick it up for Fremantle, just skies one out of his D50. It's a high one. Grundy underneath takes a really good mark. He can set it up and chip it over the top.
Yeah, Hamling did well there, just created the space for Grundy. Goes short to Warner. This is the Chad. And he's just going to take a risk and kick to the top of the square. Docker's in best position out the back. O'Meara to Ryan, who went to kick a torpedo. Gets off the side of the boot. And Banfield couldn't quite reel it in. Goes across the line. We'll throw it in. 60 out from Sydney's goal. The Dockers lead the way by 3 points. 8.5 gone in the final term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. The Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
Sheldrick getting ready to come on as the sub. We'll catch up with Seabass in a moment. Caitlin Bassett on the boundary as the kick goes inside, attacking 50. Pearce read it nicely, takes a mark in the right back pocket. Dangerous kick across the face of goal to Draper. He's got a man leading for him in Cox. It could be cut off. Bounces a little awkwardly though. Now it's only 20 metres out. Good tackle laid by Warner on Cox. And we'll ball it up 35 out from Sydney's goal.
Just lacking some composure at the moment. Some of their decision-making going inside 450, Sydney really let them down. They are on top right now. They've just got to make some better decisions entering the inside 50s.
They're trailing by 3 at the moment. The kick out from Erasmus, nearly marked by the Swans, but lands in the hands of Bolton. What can he do? Draws a play to Frederick. He wants it back. Freddie says, I'm going to kick it though. Up towards half forward. The player's running for it. It's 2 Swans. Murphy Reid trailing. Lays a really good tackle on McCartan. Play on advantage. Probably should have come back and will.
I don't know about that, Locke.
Yeah, I agree.
Bolton took that advantage and just knocked the handball up. That shouldn't be coming back.
No, I agree with that. And there's no one on the mark. So Murphy Reid can play on and kick inside attacking 50. Tackle for McCartan takes a good mark deep in his defensive half. I agree completely.
Yeah, Bolton certainly tried to play on there and be a bit cheeky.
So Corey Warner goes short. And Mrs. Sheldrick is on the sub.
Play on.
And the left footer kicks to no one in particular apart from Alex Pearce, who couldn't get it on the half volley. Goes across the line. We'll throw it in on the far side of the ground. Downstairs to Caitlin Bassett, Bob Jane teammates.
Yeah, interesting to see. Angus Sheldrick has been subbed on tactically for Brody Grundy, who's come off. His night is finished. So interesting on that one.
Just an order for it to be Laddams, but the veteran Grundy getting a rest. So boundary thrown on the wing. Nice little tapped in from Sarong. Sandy goes across the line. We'll throw it in again, X.
They're about to unleash Pete.
Yeah, bring him into the action.
That is a surprise. I felt as though Grundy had done a couple of things this quarter. Taking a mark or two. It, falls on Laddams' shoulders now.
10 gone. 3 points is Fremantle's lead. Laddams was holding on to Jackson. No free kick paid. Quick kick further afield. It was a nice one from Corey Warner, but lands in the hands of Pearce. Had it stripped out of his hands, so had to go back and get it. He caught in the tackle. Helping him out is Clark. Spinning away. Did really well. Got the hand pass to Sarong. Caught holding the ball. So there were about 10 tackles laid in that passage. And poor old Sarong had just picked it up. He got nailed. Warner to take the free. This is Chad.
Nowhere to go here.
End zone.
He'll just kick it up high. Plenty of Dockers hovering. Pearce, that one, just couldn't hold on to it now. He's under pressure. He needs to get it out of there. Get it out, Alex. He does just. Draper, no, maybe not. A free kick.
Behind
It'll
the
go
play.
Fremantle's way behind the play, is it?
Joel Amati looks really like he's struggling here. Just after they made the sub, he's inside 50 and grabbing his lower leg lock.
So the free went Fremantle's way to Draper, and they'll play on from their defensive half.
And they kick out to the wing, and Amira's got it. He's just racking them up. Gets the run from Brayshaw. Getting busy now, BC, as Brayshaw kicks to the lead of Banfield. Oh, it's gone through his hands, through his legs like tunnel ball back at primary school. They've turned it over, and the Swans kick up towards Corey Warner, but comes away from O'Meara and throw it in half forward for the Dockers. They lead by 3 points.
Yeah, but they've been on replay there. Just unfortunately, they were out there. Fremantle, Bailey Banfield, just ball goes through his hands. Just got to take these chances right now. Lots of mistakes being made by both sides.
Ball thrown back into play. Pulled high was Jordan, just got rid of it. O'Meara, hand pass to no one in particular. And then Sarong had to do the tackling. So, ball it up again, right half forwards. Quick one thrown into the air. Tracy doing the ruck work. O'Driscoll off the ground, kicks it inside, attacking 50. Running onto it, Amos. Kicks it high. Standing under it is Hamling. Couldn't hold on to it. Amos goes back again. Here's Bolton. 35 outs. No, he couldn't make the distance. The mark on the line. And Bolton's game is just nearly there, isn't it? He's done some nice things, but hasn't taken off.
He's in the goal square at the moment, Locke, so he's coming out of full forward. So JL will be hoping he can pluck one from there.
So Bozels for Shea, sorry, Josh.
So Heaney kicked out long, wanted Lathams, couldn't mark. Wagner to O'Meara for the Dockers. Here's O'Driscoll inside 50. And the mark's been taken by Amos. The youngster just got rid of McCartan and is marked at 20 metres out straight in front.
And one of the few times he was able to lead up at the footy there, Amos did his work early on McCartan. McCartan just lost his footing a little bit, which allowed him to be able to come up at the footy. And Jai Amos, who hasn't had an impact on the game whatsoever, but from this distance, he is a very good set shot. Should go back and keep this lead going for Fremantle.
Game number 49 for Jai Amos, and kicks the goal. The fans love that. And here we go again. Coldplay is going to play at a nice time. Dockers extend their lead, 9-10-64 to Sydney, 7-13-55. The margin 9 points. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Just trying to hear whether there's any crowd involvement. Not really.
There's
a little bit.
A few more. But I'm not sure they're actually saying free. I think they're just coming along. I told you, got to make it simple for it. The one lyric song works for free.
I agree. But that was Sydney were on top there for a period, just could not score, butchered a few inside 50s. Looked out of sorts inside the 50 with their forwards, and then Fremantle on that occasion. McCartan's had a reasonable day, he just stumbled.
I'll tell you what we need. Is the Wolfies arm coming back? Is the big
it's around. It's certainly around.
Well, last time they put it on, didn't they get about 4 goals kicked on them in the space of about 30 seconds?
They did, yeah.
We'll come to you in a moment. Seabass as the ball is bounced in the middle. Caitlin Bassett on the boundary. Bob James Seamarts as Sarong paddles it to Johnson. Let's go to you now, Seabass.
Yeah, look, Swans, Joel Amati, he's just on the sideline. I saw him getting a test for his left knee there. He's limping pretty heavily and just walking around. But Swans are under pressure. They probably made that sub a little bit too early because they're down 2 big men now.
Yeah, it is a bit of a shame. But anyway, that's what the sub's all about. Rowbottom will gather it and can't go any further. So caught in the tackle and will ball it up again. So it's 9-10-64 plays 7-13-55. It's the Dockers leading the way. 15 and a half gone. Amati up and down the boundary he goes.
Sydney, Warner trying to force it out. Laddams just punches it forward. Half forward for Sydney. Chapman did well, spun. Go towards Brayshaw. He gets the advantage of Johnson. He just pushes it forward. Bolton comes at pace. Ends up here with O'Meara. Goes back to Bolton. Turns a wide circle and then kicks to half forward Erasmus. But a man out here in Banfield has to go quickly, instead goes short. My man, here he is. The big Bossinator is marked at 30 metres out straight in front.
Suddenly they got a bit of spark, a little bit of pace. Bolton just hard running, gets on the end of it. And Erasmus, I like this from Erasmus. He kept it simple. He's blazed away a few times, just lowered the eyes. And again, forwards hitting up. And now Voss, and he's had a couple of shots from outside 50. This is much easier for him.
Tipping a big celebration too if he kicks it. Double Cobra action. So Voss straight in front, should kick it. And that's the post.
It was a big reaction.
From Shane.
Him watching it is as entertaining as what he kicks on.
Voss hits the post, the margin 10 points, 17 gone in the fourth term. Trip down Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Big period of play now for the Swans. They need to respond. Warner takes the mark at centre half back. He kicks up towards half forward. Levin's made a contest. Gathered by Sheldrick. Can run inside 50. Kicks towards goal. It's bouncing through for a minor score. That was a disappointing finish for the man who's just been subbed onto the game.
WA boy returning home. He's a little bit like Erasmus, Locke. Good at most things, but not great at anything in particular. And kicking's one thing that's let him down at times, and that there could have separated him. That's a big opportunity.
That's proof of it, isn't it? It's, the ex-man.
No, but they're good at it, but nothing separates him to be in the team consistently.
Correct. Super making it.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. He's an all-rounder, but he's not elite at it.
Correct.
That's it.
Good at most things, but not good at anything.
Not great at anything.
Exceptional at it.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
That's all right. So I knew it.
We know what you were saying.
He started sub, for God's sake. He's not going that well.
He was fresh though. That would have been
a big goal.
Well, on his left foot, and he should have done better, the kid.
Right, so Jackson, nice tap to O'Meara.
So
X
half forward is what you're saying.
Always right.
Voss 1-on-1 bounces off his chest. Big chest too. Oh, a dummy from Voss.
Oh, God.
You get the full experience with Patrick Voss.
You don't want to turn it over there. Sydney should be able to find some spares going forward.
Been marked there by Campbell at half back for the Swans.
He wants to get it back and they want to get it into his hands. He gathers it and kicks it further afield. Danger times here, running out wide and taking it nicely with a bit of run and bounce. Here's Bice, will go inside 50, kick towards goal. He's really happy with it. Umpire moved a little to the side, but says that's a 6-pointer. Terrific finish. Sensational footy in the end, and it's 3 points the margin.
What a finish. What a finish. Tucked it under his arm. Couple of bounces. But that's the turnover, Embers. Voss through the middle. Turnover. Sydney then just had a breather. Used the ball wisely out of defence. But Voss, you can't turn it over there. That's fantastic play by Sydney. And what a finish.
Built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Asked Plummer to install a ream, and it was Bice who started that goal.
Recalled it, Tommy.
I know.
Yeah.
What a finish
for the young fella.
Off half back.
Yeah.
First goal of his career. Well done, young man.
And Starker too for the youngster.
From the Werribee Footy Factory, Mick Barlow territory.
Oh, another one he's produced.
And he's just texted me asking what sanitation numbers are.
We're out of the middle. Jackson caught in a tackle and a ball up. So it's now a 3-point margin. Sydney remain in the game. James Asian.
That is a man who keeps receipts. That was 2022 he made that comment. Yes. 3 years later he's come back.
That's the wrong. Tries to burst his way out of the middle. Comes off the side of his boot. He's sharp out wide. Needs to sit for him, and it does. Now he has to hit a target. Kicks inside 50 at the feet of Reed. Frederick said to lay a hand, goes back to Sharp, who just kicks to the top of the square. Here's Voss at the back. Punched away though by Hamlin and goes across the line. We'll throw it in. This Nicky saw it, is it
North Melbourne, yep. Product of the result today, looking after the kids there. So
beautiful. Doing a good job. You know, Sullivan, some nice kids they got down there at North Melbourne.
That'd be a good job, wouldn't it?
Geez, us 4 idiots could get those kids humming. We've got 1,000 of them.
We'll throw them back into play. Laddams from behind. Trying to kick it out of midair was Freddie. McCartan onto it. Had it spiked out of his hands. Now with O'Meara being terrific to Erasmus under pressure. He skies one up towards the goal square. Hamling went up but couldn't hold on to it. Rowbottom gathers. Quickly kicks it out of his defensive half. But mark taken by Chapman. He'll go shorts. to Johnson. Inside the centre square. Johnson takes his time. Now looks and kicks in the direction of Tracy. Had to come from behind. Well done in the end by the Swans with lots of numbers. Heaney's hand pass was a good one, and the kick out not so good because Clark's taken the mark. Still inside the centre square.
3-point game, one kick in it. 22 gone in the fourth term. Every Swans player is behind the footy. The Dockers just take their time, soak up some seconds.
33 degrees at the start of play today. There's some tired boys out there now.
So Ryan kicks inside 50. From the back, Jackson got up high. Put a mark. And running out, Adams, look at him go. The big ruckman. Just tucks it under the arm, kicks up to a contest. McLean did well. And a one-on-one clash and bumps it across the line. We throw it in on the wing.
Freo starting to get some repeat entries now. 12-8 in favour of the Dockers on the inside 50s in the fourth term thus far on the Triple M Reds at Denny stats.
Swans trail by 3 points. 23 gone in the fourth term.
So here we go. Swannies need another goal here to take the lead. Good tackle late on Heaney. Dockers needing to stand firm. They've got the Derby next week. Chance to maybe win a couple in a row. Jackson's tap, gathered by Brayshaw. And he had a bit of a fumble, put his head down and caught one too. Here's Warner over the top of the footy, just paddles it out to his team's advantage. But Sarong was first to pounce on it and pick it up. He kicks it around the corner. And a dangerous tackle, so it'll be downfield. The free kick, Murphy Reid will take it right half forward for Fremantle. Freddie's run inside attacking 50. He decides just to slide down to Sharp, and then Sharp will kick high. Who's the flyer? In there was Hamling, went with the fist, couldn't get it. Running away now the Swans though, they'll set something up here. The hand pass okay, this is Bice. Did really well, composed himself beautifully. The kick into the middle of the ground, Rowbottom took the mark. He hands it back to Warner. Then Warner will spread it out wide. Dangerous kick. No one can take the mark. Well done, Sarong. Under pressure, stood up tall, the little man.
Did really well, Sarong. Kicks to a one-on-one. Murphy Reid up against the veteran and Lloyd. Reid did well. Tapped out towards Sharp, who just wanted the boundary line. And the umpire says that's fine. We'll throw it in on the wing.
He caught it well though. Sarong coming back with a fly of the football. Looked like that Corey Warner was going to take an uncontested mark. Didn't give the free kick away for front-on contacts. Kept his feet, won the footy. Really important ball to win for Fremantle.
So Jackson against Laddams. One kick in it. And down there being wrapped up with the footy is Sheldrick. The sub is on. Brayshaw gets him. And we'll ball it up again. No wasting any time. Lloyd. Just paddle towards Heaney. He scrubbers a kick. Now Bolton has it for Fremantle. Left foot. Half forward, Boss, one-on-one with Hamling. Hamling did well. Lemira comes in, puts a big tackle on. Ball comes free, and Sydney are away. The youngster in Bice spins around. Dangerous ball to the middle of the ground. Ends up with Warner. They got men on here now. Sydney at half forward. Hand pass goes back. Heaney has to find a target. Kicks. That's a nice ball. And now Rowbottom has it.
Just chipping the ball around a bit at the moment, Sydney, because they've lost their structure ahead of the football. They can't go long. Freo got players back.
He's in the centre square. He kicks long. Amati, one out. Amati takes the mark. Up against Cox. 15 outs. He's had the knee injury in this final term. He's come back on the ground, and he's a chance to steal the lead with less than 2 minutes remaining in the game.
Just a little bit too easy there in that marking contest on Cox. Marty really struggled with his body in his last quarter. He's back on the ground. Really important mark. What a massive moment right now.
Massive moments early in the season, and Marty has nailed it. Sydney have hit the fronts. Under 2 minutes to go. 9:14.68, they lead the Dockers. 9:11.65. That is on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboards.
Tell you what, Bice again though, he was the one that won that ball down here in defence and then took the risk.
Two really good kicks in that passage of play.
Took the risk and found the target through the corridor, which a lot of players at this stage of the game with only a couple of points in it wouldn't have taken that risk. That just allowed Sydney to then take some time and then build up, and Marty with a strong mark, and Dean Cox.
Emotion in the box.
The big fella, I'm not sure what his cholesterol levels are, but he's the slow.
Now, the Swans got to get their set of bounce structure really correct here, because too many times in this game, Fremantle have been able to come through the front door under no pressure. They've got to make sure that they really win this centre bounce, or at least halve it.
There's members of Seabass Super making hard work pay off since 1984. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. The Dockers need a goal. Rowbottom out of the middle, gave it off by hand to Jordan, squeezes the kick to half forward, 1-on-1, Warner, but Chad did well, gathered the footy, got rid of it with a hand pass. Clark does well for Freo, wanted Sarong, followed it up, Sarong, hands and knees, head pass to Clark, nice little touch to Brayshaw, can't burst through, ends up somehow back with Clark. Clark runs through the middle, has a bounce, kicks inside 50, Dockers need a mark, thumped away from Blakey. Where will the ball bounce now? Sydney gather it. Drew Driscoll comes in, lays a tackle. It's hot down there now. It's super hot. Sharp comes in. And he's wrapped up by Corey Warner.
Oh, pressure on both sides. Blakey there just could have taken up.
Could have plucked it. Game over. Game over if he takes it.
Go for a spoil instead. Oh, it's hard and tough.
Great calling, Tommy. We'll throw it up under a minute remaining. Jackson the tap. Warner hovering. Ball comes loose. Jackson paddles it to his own advantage. Hand pass to O'Driscoll. He's under pressure. Falls to ground. Is there a free kick? A throw. It's going to go against the Dockers. He scooped it up. They're only 45 metres out from their goal. And the free will go Sydney's way with 30 seconds remaining.
Blakey thinks they think it's a point. It's a free kick. The crowd doesn't know either. I thought they were pretty quiet.
No, Blakey's response is his kick.
So Roberts will take the free kick.
It should just go straight back to Blakey. Should just kick it backwards to him.
Yeah, they should, shouldn't they?
Just shoot it back there.
Time's ticking down here, and Matty Roberts is unsure what to do. So he kicks up to the wing. Big contest. The Dockers need a goal. Punched away, ends up with Warner. Gets a high tackle. So two crucial free kicks. Oh, and Bolton and Chad Warner are going at it verbally.
Wow, this has been huge from the Sydney Swans. And 14 seconds to hold on right now. They're zipping two under a lot of pressure.
So play on's called. Warner goes backwards. And now Sydney go up towards the wing. Otahini couldn't mark it. One more chance. Sharp tucks it under the arm. Kicks inside 50. The siren will beat him. And the Sydney Swans.
They mismarked it.
Amos marked it just after the siren. It landed on his chest. But the siren sounded.
So the Sydney Swans win their first game of the season. A big win for Big Dean Cox. The crowd, the stadium doesn't know who's won. Play the bloody song!
What a game. And in the end, the Swans, their experience stood up. 9-14-68. They defeat the Dockers 9-11-65. This is the Triple M Amy review. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy. An incredible last few seconds. That kick inside 50 was marked by Amos, but it was after the siren, X-Man.
Yeah, no, that was interesting too, because they did kick it backwards, and I did feel as though it was 15 metres. The umpire pinned Sydney. Then they launched it down the line, and Heaney fumbled and then went to ground. It was interesting. Just looking on the Harvey Norman as we speak. Sharp has launched it in from about 80, and it's gone through the congestion. It was probably touching amongst that, but the siren did sound moments, a second before Jai took the mark, and Dean Cox has just gone bunter in the box, and JL's walked off pretty flat, obviously.
Quite amazing. Anyway, Chad Warner was one of the stars of the game. We're going to catch up with him in a moment. 9-14-68. That was Sydney's score. Fremantle 9-11-65. Here's Chad. Thanks to Fox.
An amazing contest team. You saw that all game, and they obviously bounced back really well after last week, but couldn't be proud of the boys, to be honest. Keep in it for Coxie for his first win.
Yeah, what does this mean to the group in getting the first victory for Dean Cox?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, he's such a great fella. Everyone loves him. He's been with us for so long, and I think he deserves it so much, but so do our boys. We've been grinding away, so it's good to get the win finally.
Does it feel much different with Cox in charge now?
Not really, to be honest. I think he's fitted in really seamlessly. I think there's maybe a few less outburst moments than Horse, but we love Horse as well.
Talk us through those final stages. I mean, it was so tense. Freo threw everything they had in those last couple of minutes, and there was even a bit of friendly fire with you and Shea Bolton.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it's everyone, including the Freo players, are all massive competitors, and I guess that's what we do. And yeah, I think you get a bit heated at times, but it's all part of the game.
We've seen you kick some amazing goals. What do you think of Riley Vices to get you back within 3?
Well, it's probably one of the best first goals you ever see. I think he trusted himself and had the confidence behind him. I think that's what Coxie drives, to be honest. Just be confident in yourself.
And people to play their roles, which James Jordan did on Caleb Sarong. How big was he? I think he had 8 clearances for half time.
Yeah, he's an absolute gun. I think he's probably one of the most important players in our team, to be honest. And yeah, you see what he does to likes of Strong, Neil last week. Don't know what we do without him, to be honest.
I know it's only round 2, but how much of a pressure reliever was this win? Everyone was talking about your 0-3 start to the season if you lost today, but you have had some tough games to start against Brisbane and Hawthorn.
Yeah, I mean, we were right in those games as well. We just did a lot wrong at the end, so I wasn't too worried. I mean, you always want to win, but coming into these weeks, I think wasn't too worried about the ladder. I knew it would turn at some point, and I think it did today.
You've been pointing to the crowd a little bit. Have you got any family and friends in the stands today?
Yeah, I think they were just Sydney fans there, but I'm not sure. They might be up there, the family. I think they'll come down to the rooms and celebrate the win.
Go and enjoy. Thanks, Chad.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
There he goes, Chad Warner for Bob Jane T-Marts. Buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cash back on Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumo, and also Pirelli. Visit bobjane.com.au today. T&Cs apply. What a terrific game. Fremantle will be spewing, though, because I say they controlled it on the scoreboard, but I don't think they necessarily controlled the game.
Just quickly, Beast, does it say in the stats how long Fremantle were in front for?
103 minutes to 7 minutes and 12 seconds.
They controlled it on the scoreboard, but you felt like in the second quarter that Sydney were playing just as well, and that continued third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, agree with that.
And Sydney missed a lot of opportunities going inside forward 50. They wasted a fair bit of the footy. They just probably that connection piece, without doubt, is struggling at the moment. Last year, they ranked one in the competition for scoring the Sydney Swans, and this year they just haven't been able to hit the scoreboard. Even 68 points, listen, it's a win. It's a really important win for the team, but they're just not getting bang for buck when they do go inside forward 50. So that's certainly something that they need to continue to work on. But a huge win for the Sydney Swans. They were down and out, and they found a way. And when you're zipping 2 on the back of a really poor grand final experience last year, this is a huge win for them, and hopefully it kickstarts their season.
Tell you what, hopefully it kickstarts Bice's career, because that last 5 minutes, there was 3 bits of play that were game-defining. The goal, the one-on-one down here where he burned it through the middle and then Sydney kicked another goal from it. He was the difference in the last couple of minutes to get 2 passages of play that were direct scores to put them in front, and lo and behold, they won the game.
How important is that kicking? I mean, we speak about it all the time, but the ability to go a little crazy and just kick through the middle of the ground like he did on those 2 occasions.
Well, you've got to have the kahunas to do it, because if you turn it over there, you saw Voss accidentally put one through there, and that was what caused Bice's goal. But they actually have some nice distributors across half-back. Roberts, Lloyd, of course, has done it for a large period of time. Bice now. When they get the ball down there, Sydney, they do have some composure and some nice kicks. I do worry about their key forwards, obviously. McLean kicked a couple today from tackling and whatnot, but and of course Amati took that contested mark to put the Swans ahead. But I think they're going to have games, Sydney. They're not going to break the back of too many teams. I think they're going to have to go back to their old school like we saw today, Sydney Swans football, where it's tough, hard, competitors, and if the score's 68-65, you take it and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. The new AFL Happy Meal is here with 18 unique bag clips to collect. Available 10:30am through to midnight while stocks last for a limited time only. And of course, Macca's I'm Loving It moment. Tonight's I'm Loving It moment happened at the 26-minute mark of the fourth quarter. He's in the centre square. He kicks long. Amati, 1 out. Amati takes the mark. Up against Cox. 15 outs. He's had the knee injury in this final term. He's come back on the ground, and he's a chance to steal the lead. with less than 2 minutes remaining in the game. Early in the season, Amati has nailed it. Sydney have hit the front. It was a big mark because Cox is not an easy man to push aside, and he did it quite easily in the end.
Also misread probably where the ball was going to be too.
Yeah.
I think he gave up positioning really early, and then once he'd realised he'd done that, Amati just went back to the ball and took what was pretty much an uncontested mark in the end. All
right, Beastie, take it away with your Red Zeds.
Yes, leading the way for Freo was O'Meara with 32 and 5 clearances. O'Driscoll 25, 4 clearances, 8 inside 50s. Clark had the 24. Brayshaw finished with 20. Sarong with 19. Tracy, 4 goals for the Dockers. For Sydney, leading the way was Chad Warner. 26 disposals in the end, 10 of them in the last quarter. 4 clearances, 10 scoring involvements, a goal for him as well. Lloyd had the 25, as did Roberts. Jordan 24 with 10 clearances. McLean and Amati both with 2 goals each. Sydney a plus 12 in clearance, plus 9 in tackles, plus 11 in marks. Time in the lead, as we spoke about. Freo 103 minutes, Sydney just 7, but they were ahead at the very end, which is all that counts. They go up 7 goals off turnovers too, the Swans, so plenty to clean up for them as well in the Triple M Red Z Letting stats.
Thank you, Beastie. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can check into more, get the lowest price guarantee when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Let's go back to Thursday night. The Hawks, your mob, they knocked off Carlton. They are on top of the ladder, 3 wins from 3 games.
Oh, I'm shocked.
And then Collingwood had a tough one against Footscray. The Crows, they thumped Essendon. They are going ordinary. Wins to Port. St Kilda over the Cats today. Brisbane, North Melbourne thumped Melbourne, and of course the Swans got the job done today. The draw does open up slightly for the Dockers. They got Richmond, they got the Derby, and they got the Western Bulldogs in the next 3 weeks. So they might be 0-2, but they should be able to win 2 or 3 of the next couple and probably get their season back on track. Hopefully we can go down and get the song from the rooms shortly. You see some vision down there of the youngsters in the middle.
Oh, Big Coxie's in. Have a look at the big fella.
Leads us to, quickly the ladder. So the Hawks are on top from a host of teams on 2 wins each. Adelaide, the Giants, Collingwood and Brisbane. And then making up the 8, Gold Coast, Geelong and North Melbourne. Next weekend, so round 3, but actually round 4. Thursday night, Essendon taking on Port Adelaide in the blockbuster. Friday night, Carlton and Footscray. And then Saturday, Melbourne, Gold Coast, Sydney, Richmond, Brisbane, Geelong, Hawthorn and the Giants on Saturday night. And then Sunday, Adelaide and North. And West Coast take on Fremantle. We are back here again, 3:10 local time, 6:10 Eastern for the Western Derby.
Yep, looking forward to it. Don't you worry about that. It's going to be a beauty.
Absolutely.
Game on.
Yeah.
I'll go on start, Embers.
Old half glass full Embers. What do you think, mate?
Eagles?
I think the game might be a bit closer than everyone thinks.
Really? Oh, okay. Which way is it going to go?
Not sure. We saw what happened earlier in the season last year.
Well, last year, of course, yeah.
Yes, so West Coast home ground. It'll be a big crowd next week. They showed a bit today, the Eagles. Fremantle very disappointed because whilst they weren't impressive, they still, as Beast mentioned, they were ahead for a lot of the game. So when you do lose a game like that, Sydney found a way. Fremantle didn't.
All right, the Triple MVP Award, 3, 2 and 1.
Yes, all right. So I'm going to give James Jordan a vote. I thought he was terrific today. He had 24 touches, 10 clearances, but it was the job they did on Caleb Sarong. Kept Caleb to 19 touches, so outstanding. Did a job on Lockie Neal last week. Terrific today. The kahuna, Josh Tracy, 4 goals. I thought he was brilliant. Probably could have hit 5 or 6. That goal that he missed, I think, in the 3rd quarter late, directly in front, would have been fantastic. But he presented up all day and didn't stop trying, was the best forward on the ground, so I'll give him a couple. And 3 votes I will give to Chad Warner. I thought he was the one that turned the game in the 2nd quarter when they were down and out, the Swans. He found a way to inject himself into the contest, had 26, laid some big tackles and kicked an important goal as well.
We're happy for Coxie as well. Nice to see him get the win.
Yep.
He's a
terrific
good man, Coxie. So we look forward to hopefully the Swans getting on a bit of a roll for Sydney and their fans. The final score here, 9-11-65. That was Fremantle's score, but they lost because the Swans were 9-14-68. Hope you enjoyed the weekend of footy. We'll be back at it again on Triple M Footy. Keep listening for McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Tradies, big jobs, small jobs, tough jobs. Beacon Trade's got the lighting, fans and electrical to get it done. Join up at beacontrade.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.